freedom. Obsessions always jumping through. I'm so tangled, I'm so worthy. I'm just lost in my reflection. Pay attention, you never will. I will overanalyze and fall victim. Caught up in this perfection, pay attention, yeah, you never will. 'Cause you depend, so you always will. If you arrest yourself again, I'll help you clean up the mess. I wonder if you ever did, yeah. I wonder if you ever did like I did. I wonder if you ever did, yeah. I wonder if you ever did like I did. Just wanna be free, yeah. Free, yeah. Free, yeah. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. What's up, people? Hey, I just wanna change the world. Dude, how we doing? But I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down. I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Oh yeah, we're back, baby. How we doing? I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Let's go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Radiant, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Hey, 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 hey. I can't pretend. No, 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 no. Oh, I hope this never ends. It's about you. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Oh! Kennewick, we missed you. Let's go. I missed you too, boss. Oh, there we go. Dude, what a couple days, bro. Oh, shit. Better radiant than radioactive indeed, boss. Oh, man. All right. Well, here we are. We're back again. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Hope you guys had an adventurous day. Dude, dude, what a chaotic couple of days, huh? It's been real. It has. Dude, it's good to be back, dude. I mean, it was nice. It was nice to get away.
And it was nice to, like, I caught up on a lot of sleep. And fucking, so, dude, I'm echoing. I shouldn't be echoing. Let me see. Why would I be echoing? Huh. I don't think I'm echoing. Right? Now I'm echoing. Right? But hold on. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got going on. We'll try to sort it out and see if there's something double. Let me see here. Let me hear. But hold on. Let's see what we got. Oh, no. All right. We're good. We're good. Let's go. All right. Yeah, dude. No, we're good. We're golden. All right. You were buffering? Let's go. Let's go. I mean, now I'm echoing. Hello. All right. There we go. Dude, let's go. Oh, you had 2 YouTube screens. There you go. Dude, I know somebody does. I mean, dude, I could have 2 screens open. You know, I have a lot of shit open. So, yeah, no, it's, dude, it was crazy. I mean, it was good to get away. It was wild, though. It was wild because our vacation dynamic was sort of very different this time around. Like, normally when we go on vacation, I am like super whatever involved or focused on whatever task at hand. And Jenny is like super sort of relaxed and laid back. But this time, like, she's got this big thing coming up. So she was like super focused and I was like kind of more relaxed than normal. And I had been working like crazy. So I was so tired. So I was actually sleeping a lot more. Although I did wake up every night at like between 1 and 3 in the morning, right? Which is funny because I am on such a night schedule that even when I went to bed, like whatever, you know, like mid-evening, I would wake up automatically at like 1 o'clock and just be up all night, right? Isn't that funny that the night schedule is so ingrained? So I still like, you know, I had a laptop, would like edit a video or whatever at night. But holy shit, dude. What is going on with the fucking, this shooting, bro? Like, shit is so gnarly. And dude, we're gonna watch some shit, right? Like, dude, I don't know, dude. I feel like this shooting has just brought the gnarly partisan sort of like this is just our reality now, right? This is just our reality now that like an event happens and then, you know, everybody tries to sort out how to process it, how to blame it. And dude, what is going on? Yeah, with the Biden shit, like how can the Trump administration, like he's never responsible for anything, right? Like what the fuck, bro? Now the shooting is like Biden's fault. The inflation is Biden's fault. Everything is Biden's fault. I mean, for me, it comes down to 2 things, guys, right? Just 2 fucking things, really. Number 1 is those National Guardsmen should have never been there, okay? They should have never been there. There's a reason why they don't station the military out on fucking street corners, guys, because it heightens the risk that the military are going to shoot someone, or it heightens the risk that the military is going to get shot or be involved in some type of conflagration, right? Like those National Guardsmen have no business being on a fucking street corner in DC, and they're not even doing anything. They were picking up trash. Okay? The whole thing was so dumb. Now, when you juxtapose the fact that the last couple of days there have been military strikes in Somalia against ISIS, so they're doing strikes, terrorist strikes or whatever in Somalia, and then there's just military people hanging out all over fucking cities, dude. So dumb. Okay, so that's number one, is the military should have never been out there. They should have never been stationed there. And number two, though, is this guy was vetted by Trump. Like, you know what I mean? This guy was vetted for asylum by Trump. Now, this shit, though, is like, I did mark this thing, I guess, as a little warm up. There was a thing that Bill Madden posted. There was a TikToker who, it's a TikTok, whatever. There's a lot of shit. Now, you know, whenever anything fucking happens, there is a, you know, whenever anything happens, there's a, you know, now there's a conspiracy theory element to everything. But I thought this TikTok was kind of interesting. Here, we'll watch it. It's like a minute long, but, you know, she has some interesting things to say. But you ready? All right, here we go. Let's watch this. We'll just start with this. All right, here we go.
Tell me why Trump is already trying to blame Biden and the Democrats because the suspected shooter entered the country in 2021. But he's really quiet about the fact that it was his administration that approved this guy.
Oh, dude, I can't. I just noticed that there's some copywritten music underneath there that I'm going to probably get fucking pinged with, so I can't just let it play. I know the girl, dude, the girl's the one who died, right? The woman's the one who died. But we'll read along with this because it's interesting. Okay. And she says, tell me why Trump is already trying to blame Biden and the Democrats because the suspected shooter entered the country in 2021. But he's really quiet about the fact that his administration approved this guy's asylum. Okay. And somehow, almost immediately after the shooting, you have the guy's full biography, his immigration history, a nationwide freeze on Afghan immigration, right? There's 500 troops on the way to DC, all of it. Just like, boom, like the minute this happened, right? The minute this happened, like everything is already poised. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And so like that was like really interesting. Okay. And that's what this person like pointed out is like, why is this all set up? Because, okay, because the thing that is crazy about this is like, obviously the minute this happened, they're like ready to go. You know what I'm saying? The minute this happened, they're like, aha, this is our moment, you know? And now the thing about this though, guys, is this CIA thing, like the CIA thing is not exactly what you think. I don't think this is necessarily like, oh, this shit was like, you know, planned or anything like that. But the point is as soon as this popped off, they were like full in motion of like, we're going to clamp down on the Afghan immigration. Like they're trying to capitalize on anything they possibly can. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to capitalize on it. Like, aha, this is our moment to like pounce on this, blame Biden, make this some political thing, and pile everybody in on there. Let's release this guy's information. Yeah, right. He came in 2021, this, that, and the other. They are like anything that allows them to sort of like mobilize and tighten, you know, their grip. Again, I don't think this shit's going to work, but what this person mentioned is really interesting. Okay, watch this. But she said it's like the perfect political opportunity. Why does it feel like the Charlie Kirk shooting or that shooting at the ICE facility in Texas, right? Where the minute it happens, it's almost like there's this script going on, right? Where, aha, you know, ooh, this is an anti-military attack, and they're attacking the Democrat people who said don't follow unlawful orders, right? They're instantly trying to turn it into the left-wingers attacking, you know, blah, 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 right? Trying to manufacture the perfect crisis to continued militarization. Okay. And again, though, like, I don't think it's going to work very good. Now, one of the things that I do want to point out, okay, and about this CIA connection is this, guys, okay, is like, so the thing about this is this guy didn't work for the CIA. This guy's not like a CIA employee, okay? This is like the CIA worked with any rebel they could find. And they do this all the time. Anytime there's a conflict inside a country, right? They find rebels in that country that are willing to work with the CIA, okay? It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the CIA takes advantage of these people that are willing to be, you know, either informants or counter-revolutionaries or you know, insurgents, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? So the point being is the CIA makes all kinds of fucking deals with locals, you know, the same way that cops have informants and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like police departments have this too. Police departments have informants that run them information on drug people. And then when they get picked up, they get run through the system, they get off easier, et cetera, et cetera. You know? So, I mean, I don't think this guy was like an actual CIA employee. You know, now this is the thing though that complicates this, is because he was part of the group of people that worked with the CIA and helped them out, they gave those people first opportunity to, you know, to get out of that country if they wanted to. And like, yeah, dude, the CIA's got their hands in all kinds of dirty shit. You know what I mean? Right? It's pretty gnarly. It's pretty gnarly. So that's definitely like why this guy got over here. And I do agree with what I saw somebody say in the chat that, like, you know, you can't really vet someone and know if they're going to do crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Luigi's innocent. Israel got Charlie Kirk, and you think that the CIA did this one. All right, dude, everything's a conspiracy theory these days. But here's the problem, though. The problem that I have is that Trump will never accept his responsibility or role in anything. And they were dodging this all day today, guys. Dude, they were dodging this shit all day today. I mean, starting with the early fucking question, right? Look at this shit. From the very beginning, dude. Right? From the very beginning, they were dodging this shit with, where is it? With this question from 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗆. Where was it? Oh, I know where it was. Donald is creating chaos and violence. I mean, there's no doubt that they're trying to capitalize on this shit, guys. Right? They are. They're trying to, like, aha. But it was the question to Cash, dude. Did you see this shit? In the very beginning of today, dude, where they asked him, so let's talk about the timeline of this guy. And right from the beginning, dude, right here, this one. You ready? Watch this.
And Secretary Kristi Noem has put out details specifically related to your other questions, so I'll let that speak for themselves.
When he was going to get asylum, if you could just clarify that timeline. And
yes, I believe Kristi Noem put that out, and that's a DHS matter, and I'll refer to them.
Dude, right? When they're saying, like,
Kristi Noem has
can you clarify the timeline of this guy's asylum granting? And he's like, oh, we're gonna let Kristi Noem handle that. Dude, Bill Barr's daughter is blackmailing Candace. Dude, Candace is off the fucking hook, bro. Oh, shit. But so I mean, dude, there's a lot of shit that is swirling. Okay, there is a lot of shit that is swirling because look at what they're saying, guys. Look at this shit. This is part of the problem here. Because watch Jeanine Pirro.
Now, Sarah and Andrew volunteered. They came here to protect the people of the district, pursuant to a crime emergency that President Trump rightly declared in this city and in other cities across the country. Our nation's capital should not and must not be a place where evil comes to commit violence, whatever their cause or motive may be. We should not have to live in fear in the nation's capital, especially by one who came here from a foreign country. And through a process that was so absurd that he came through and released into this country, as many were, knowing virtually nothing about his vetting. This is what happens in this country when people are allowed in who are not properly vetted.
See, here's the problem, though. When they're like, this is what happens, all right? Oh, I just had 4 boxes of wine. This is what happens when people are not properly vetted. But here's the problem, guys. This guy, if he was not properly vetted, why not? Okay? Obviously, he was part of a local coalition that had coordinated with the CIA. They were brought here. Those who helped the CIA were brought here, right? And they had first chance to come. Happy Turkey Day, Tommy. Let's go, Green Ghost. Appreciate you, boss. But here's the deal, is they were here, okay? The guy was here. There was no incident for several years. In December of 2024, he applied for asylum. In January 20th, Trump took over. All of Trump's people took over. In April, this guy, his asylum was approved by Trump. So why didn't they vet him? Okay? If they're so serious about this shit. They had 5 months to vet this guy, but they didn't vet anything. Glad you're back. Hope you got to relax. Thanks, Tommy. You got it, boss. Definitely got to relax. It was nice. So what's wild about this, though, guys, is the thing that's really hard about this is, again, the lack of personal responsibility, right? You know, no responsibility and no vetting. You can't really vet someone and know if they're going to fucking commit a crime. You know what I mean? Let's be real. You can't vet someone and know if they're going to commit a crime. I mean, it's not fucking Minority Report, right? You can vet somebody and you can maybe know if they have, ties or what have you, or like ties to terrorists. But we don't even know why this guy did this. You know what I mean? We don't. But here's the deal, is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they could have stopped and guaranteed. The problem I don't like is they're not even acknowledging that this was their doing, okay? Like, they won't acknowledge that, yeah, this guy was here and we vetted him and he was fine. We don't know why this guy snapped, but we did vet him. We did a proper fucking vetting process. Or, you know what? He slipped through our cracks. We were busy with the transition. We were busy with the Epstein. We didn't vet him. But the point being is they won't acknowledge that they worked on this guy's asylum at all. They want to just gloss over the fact that they gave him asylum and they want to blame the whole thing on Joe Biden, right? Like everything is fucking Joe Biden's fault or not Trump's fault. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fucking problem. Like, they could at least acknowledge that he went through the vetting. We never saw anything about this guy. We vet these people very seriously, but of course we can't predict if they're going to commit a crime. But the point being is they won't even acknowledge, they've not even talked about the fact that this guy, that they vetted him at all, or that his asylum was part of their administration, which is like so problematic, guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is so problematic because when you look at this, right? Like, let's go back to Rupar's fucking page here for a sec, because there's this other clip right here. Okay. Like, look at this clip. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are a lot of clips here, but look at what happens when Trump gets asked about this. Okay. Trump gets asked about this. And watch his response.
A question about this tragic shooting in Washington, D.C. U.S. officials say that the suspect worked very closely with the CIA in Afghanistan for years, that he was vetted, and the vetting came up clean.
He went cuckoo. I mean, he went nuts. And that happens, too. It happens too often with these people. You see them. But look, this is how they come in. This is how they're standing on top of each other. And that's an airplane. There was no vetting or anything. They came in unvetted. And we have a lot of others in this country. We're going to get them out. But they go cuckoo. Something happens to them.
Your DOJ IG just reported this year that there was thorough vetting by DHS and by the FBI of these Afghans who were brought into the U.S. So why do you blame the Biden administration for what this man did?
Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person. And there's a law passed that it's almost impossible not to get them out. You can't get them out once they come in. And they came in, and they were unvetted, they were unchecked, there were many of them, and they came in on big planes, and it was disgraceful. And if you look, you'll see there was a law passed. It makes it almost impossible not to let them in, not to certify them, so to speak, once they come in. And they came in, and they shouldn't have come in. And frankly, the whole thing was a mess. The whole Afghanistan situation was a mess. It should have never taken place. If we're going to go out, and we would have gone out because I had everybody ready to go. We were going to go out with strength and dignity and precision. And we would have left from Bagram, and we would have kept Bagram, by the way, because of its very close relationship to China and where they make their missiles. But when you let the people come in by the thousands and thousands and thousands, they made a terrible mistake. But they were incompetent, yeah.
Dude, like, you know, the camera fucking stayed on her instead of Trump. But dude, he has a fucking meltdown, bro. Now, this is wild. This is wild because he is at like COVID level of fucking degeneracy right now. I mean, dude, this is just like he was during COVID. Remember how bad he was during COVID when the reporters would ask a question about their responsibility or a mistake they made, and he just would jump down their throat and scream at him and scream at the reporter, scream at whomever it was, Jim Acosta or some whatever female reporter was there, and berate them, where he was just coming undone. And dude, the same shit. The minute something like intense happens, requires him to step up and take some responsibility, and he just can't do it. He's got to attack her. Or you're stupid person. He just can't manage acknowledging his role, his participation in this. And he's already there, guys. I mean, COVID came at the end of his term. He's not even a year in, guys. This is 10 months in, and he is already folding like a cheap fucking suit. I mean, dude, he's just not going to make it. Dude, she's just not going to make it. Right? Temper tantrum Don. Yeah. How often is he sitting instead of standing? So Mike, he is mostly sitting, and he's obviously of failing health, right? I mean, you may have noticed he's always sitting. He's always sitting at these pressers. He's always sitting in the Oval Office. It does look weird. It's really fucking strange, but it's because his health, okay? His health, he is falling apart, guys. I mean, when you look at this presser, dude, he smells like garbage bags. Dude, dude, when you look at this presser, he looks like a fucking ghoul, dude. He does, bro. He literally looks like a fucking ghoul, guys. Let's find a close-up shot of him. I mean, look at him. Just look at him here. Okay? Dude, and now watch this question though, guys. The question is, are you going to go to Sarah's funeral? Okay? Sarah's the young woman who just died. Okay? And the question is, are you going to go to her funeral? Watch his answer. Look at him though. Look at this motherfucker, dude. He is so like decrepit. And his fucking brain is gone, dude.
It's in the early stages, obviously, but do you plan to attend Sarah's funeral?
I haven't thought about it yet, but it certainly is something I could conceive of. I love West Virginia. You know, I won West Virginia by one of the biggest margins of any president anywhere. And it's, you know, these are great people. I love the people of West Virginia. I love the people of our country. But I haven't given it any thought, but it sounds like something I could do, yeah. It's very raw.
Dude, what the fuck? Are you planning on going to her funeral? I haven't thought about it, but I could do it. West Virginia. I won by a historic margin. Everybody in West Virginia loves me. Get the pine box heated. Yes. Woot, Green Ghost. Dude, what the fuck, bro? And then he's like, oh yeah, I haven't thought about it. I haven't thought about her at all, but, you know, now that you mentioned West Virginia, I did so good there. I'm such a king in West Virginia. Oh, yeah, I could go to the funeral. Maybe I'll go there and let the West Virginians worship me like Jesus. Dude, I haven't thought about it. What a fucking weirdo, bro. Like, it is, dude, West Virginia's like suffering, guys. That state is suffering so bad. It's crazy how rough West Virginia is. It is like brutally suffering because they've had a state government that has just been shitting on the people for like 50 years. But yeah, dude, his brain is just gone. Okay? His brain is fucking gone. It's my understanding that these guardsmen were like pretty new too. But a total sociopath, but look at him. He just, every question is like the enemy. You know, every single question is just the enemy with this guy. Like, dude, look at this. Look at this. All right, this one. Was he granted asylum under your administration? Dude, humble. Let's go. See, again, guys, the thing that bothers me about this, and this has always bothered me about Trumpism, because the job, okay, the job of being president is my responsibility. That's the job. The president's job, it's like the quarterback after the game being like, no, man, don't blame my teammates. Blame me, right? It's like, I didn't do a good enough job. I let the team down. That's the fucking job, okay? Of the quarterback, of the president, of the CEO, is to go out there and take responsibility, take ownership of everything your administration does. And like, dude, this guy's entire reality is like, everything good I did, and everything bad was somebody else's fault, and probably a Democrat in some way. Like, it's so gnarly. He's never taken responsibility. And in fact, though, this shit is like, this is why I feel like the COVID shit, he's already at the COVID level. Like, COVID was like this major crisis where mistakes were being made every single day. So every day the president had to deal with like, well, we don't exactly know what the perfect response is, and we're doing the best we can, and here's how we're fucking up, and here's how we're trying to do better, and we're, you know, I just want to assure you that we're learning and we're aware of our mistakes, and we're continuing to push forward. But instead, he's like yelling at the reporters, how dare you ask me that question, this, that, or the other. He's already folding. And dude, we're here already, dude. We're here. Fucking already he's crashing and burning. You know, dude, 25th this MFer. I mean, you're not wrong, Idol. Let's go. But yeah, watch this. Watch this. It's a real simple question.
Thank you very much, everybody. Go ahead.
Afghans, do you believe that
About
Afghans?
this asylum claim that is being floated. Of course, you just detailed that this suspect was flown in under the Biden administration.
Yeah.
But was he granted asylum under your administration?
When it comes to asylum, when they're flown in, it's very hard to get them out. No matter how you want to do it, it's very hard to get them out. But we're going to be getting them all out now. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody.
But you see that? Was he granted asylum during your administration? The answer to that is yes. He was granted asylum by the Trump administration. It's a DOJ. His DOJ did that. Okay? They are DOJ. Like there was some idiot, some right-wing fucking tugfluencer, like 𝗙𝗍𝗄𝗅 or some shit was like, the judges did this, activist judges. Asylum does not happen by judges. They happen by Department of Justice officials. They are DOJ officials that handle asylum. The people are supposed to be fully vetted by the DOJ, the FBI, and all of that shit is supposed to take place. Now, we know that everybody in Trump, think about this. This guy got asylum in April. What was everyone doing in April? Okay, in the Trump admin, they were all redacting Trump's name from the Epstein files. They paid $1 million in FBI overtime. So nobody was vetting anyone. Okay, they probably just rubber stamped the asylum, figuring these guys came in under Biden. If there's an issue, we'll blame Biden. Okay, so they were just rubber stamping this shit because all of their resources were going to two things. Either they were redacting Trump's name from the Epstein files, or FBI resources were being used to chase down concrete workers in Home Depot parking lots. And that's a real problem because this guy's, I got into it with some people online where people were like freaking out about this. And I'm like, but here's the deal is these are the very people that Trump could have, looked into, could have vetted very severely. He could have looked, obviously anybody coming from, a Taliban like controlled country that was part of the military ops there should get a very serious looking at, but they don't. They didn't do any of that. They were too busy chasing, Home Depot workers out in the parking lot and shit. But yeah, he wouldn't answer that question, guys.
I'm 𝗙𝗪𝗏. You're watching President.
Thank you very
Right?
much.
He wouldn't, and then he's like, I'm out. Dude, but look at him, dude. He looks like shit, boss. Jesus. He does not look well. You know what I mean? What a degenerate. But again, he is trying to capitalize, right? And then here's his posting that he did, right? Where he says, a very happy Thanksgiving salutation to all of our great American citizens and patriots who've been so nice in allowing our country to be divided, disrupted, carved up, murdered, beaten, mugged, and laughed at, along with certain other foolish countries throughout the world for being politically correct and just plain stupid when it comes to immigration. Jesus, dude. What a loser, bro. Oh my God. The official United States foreign population stands at 53 million people, most of which are on welfare from failed nations or from prisons, mental institution, gangs, or drug cartels. Like, dude, this guy is so clueless. What a scuzzy thing here, guys. A tragedy happened, okay? But like, every Afghan refugee is not this shooter. Every immigrant in America is not this fucking shooter. But this guy is now saying the entire U.S. foreign-born population are all like shitty and on welfare and terrible because of like one dude's actions. And that's like so racist and so toxic. And it is just a disaster. Okay. He says they and their children are supported through massive payments from patriotic American citizens who, because of their beautiful hearts, do not want to openly complain or cause trouble in any way, shape, or form. By the way, dude, most everyone on welfare is white. Okay. The biggest recipients of welfare are not immigrants. They're white people. White people are the biggest recipients of welfare, 100%. And they are mostly Trump voters. White Trump voters from poor red states are the fucking people getting welfare, right? They are like just inordinately white, rural, red state people are the ones collecting this. They put up with what has happened to our country, but it's eating them alive to do so. A migrant earning, something's missing here. Good. We're missing something. The real migrant population is much higher. This refugee burden, dude, what are we missing here? Hold on. Let me figure out what's going on here, dude. Dude, he is obviously having a fucking meltdown, bro. All right, here it is. Dude, what is this post? Okay, here we go. So it says a migrant earning $30,000 with the green card will get roughly $50,000 in yearly benefits for their family. Okay, dude, it's like, what is he talking about, bro? That shit is so not accurate, okay? The real migrant population is much higher. This refugee burden is the leading cause of social dysfunction in America, something that did not exist after World War II. Failed schools, high crime, urban decay, overcrowded hospitals, housing shortages and large deficits, etc. As an example, hundreds of thousands of refugees from Somalia are completely taking over the once great state of Minnesota. Blah, blah, blah. Now he's like personalizing it with Minnesota. Somalian gangs are roving the streets looking for prey. That is bullshit. That's not happening. As our wonderful people stay locked in their apartments and houses, hoping against hope they will be left alone again. That's all bullshit. The seriously slurred governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, does nothing either through fear, incompetence, or both, while the worst congressman woman in our country, Ilhan Omar, now he's specifically attacking people, always wrapped in her swaddling hijab, right? Dude, the hijab. Dude, what a dick, bro. Who probably came into the USA illegally. Of course, now he's fucking attacking her. In that you are not allowed to marry your brother, does nothing but hatefully complain about her country, its constitution, how badly she is treated when her place of origin is a decadent, backward, and crime-ridden nation, which is essentially not even a country for lack of government, military, police, schools, etc. And that's where he just ends, dude. Like, what the fuck is this rant, dude? This is his Thanksgiving post. A very happy Thanksgiving salutation. Like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, dude. Dude, what is going on? Just a fucking meltdown. Dude, just absolute fucking brain fry. Brain fry. I mean, dude, isn't that fucking wild? Like, just absolute brain fry. his brain is cooked. And he is fucking completely falling apart. Dude, completely falling apart. Guys, we're not even a year in, boss. Like, he's not going to make it. He is not going to make it, guys. You know what I'm saying? He is not going to make it. This man ain't going to make it. Dude, he's not going to survive. I mean, you know that there's going to be more fucking chaos, right? You know it. You know that there's going to be more fucking chaos, and there's going to be more mistakes, and there's going to be more, like, fucking, you know, tragedies to conquer. Dude, what a disaster, okay? What a disaster. And look at what he's doing. He's just fucking, you know, going all in on these crazy fucking tweets. And then another one, it says, this is the end of it. It says, even as we have progressed technologically, immigration policy has eroded those gains and living conditions for many. I will permanently pause migration from all third world countries to allow the U.S. system to fully recover, terminate all of the millions of Biden illegal admissions, including those signed by Sleepy Joe Biden's auto pen, remove anyone who's not a net asset to the United States or is incapable of loving our country, and all federal benefits and subsidies to non-citizens of our country. Dude, they're not getting any federal benefits. Denaturalize migrants who undermine domestic tranquility. Denaturalize. Look at this, guys. Now he's talking about breaking the Constitution and deport any foreign national who is a public charge, security risk, non-compatible with Western civilization. These goals will be pursued with the aim of achieving a major reduction in illegal and disruptive populations, including those admitted through an unauthorized and illegal auto pen approval process. Only reverse migration can fully cure this situation. Other than that, happy Thanksgiving to all, except those that hate, steal, murder, and destroy everything that America stands for. You won't be here for long, yada, yada, yada. So now what they're essentially, what that long-standing blurb of nonsense says is now he's going to try to use this instance of tragedy as an excuse to be able to denaturalize whoever he wants and ship them out and go after anybody that he feels is, like, you know, counterproductive to the United States, right? Anyone who is non-compatible with Western civilization. Okay. Now, again, you know, the courts are going to have a field day with this. He can't just do this. You know what I mean? He can't. And I mean, he wants to, he's going to try. It's totally illegal. It's totally, you know, breaking the Constitution, right? It's like, bro, you know what I'm saying? The fucking, it's just, but again, he's trying to capitalize on this. I mean, dude, so a DFT, I'll answer your question. When you're saying, why isn't everybody talking about false flags? Because that's a waste of fucking time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sitting around being like, oh, this is CIA, it's a conspiracy, they planned it. It's a waste of fucking time, bro. Right? There's no time for that shit. You can't prove this was a false flag. You don't have that evidence, and all you're gonna do is stoke more fucking weird conspiracy theory shit. It's a waste of fucking time. You got to deal with the reality of, like, what is Trump doing and where can we fucking position our energy to help prevent him from shitting on the Constitution. You know what I'm saying? Like sitting here trying to, like, talk about, ooh, that's a false flag or this is a conspiracy. That is not helpful, right? Because without the proof and a smoking gun to be able to put people away, that just chews up all your energy, you know? You know what I mean? I mean, we know that a lot of this shit is fucking, you know, is like shady. You know what I mean? How the minute something bad happens, they're ready to go. We're going to cut immigration. We're going to denaturalize. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think a lot of that is they're just waiting. You know what I'm saying? They're just fucking waiting You know what I mean? Dude, what is your deal, bro? Dude, get out of my fucking chat. You're going to be all whiny and fucking, you know, be a weird conspiracy theorist out here to just fucking, you know, just grind it up. Yeah, get lost. Get going, boss. All right, later. Smell ya. Dude, I am so tired of hearing people talk about like false flags. It's such a waste of fucking time, bro. It's like, you know what I mean? That shit is a huge waste of time. We got to deal with reality. Okay? We got to deal with the reality. The reality is we have an unhinged president who every time there's something that happens, he's going to try to capitalize on this shit. And now he's going to try to denaturalize anybody he deems non-compatible with Western civilization. I mean, look at the wording, guys, right? Look at the wording of this shit. Denaturalize migrants who undermine domestic tranquility, which means, dude, who did he mention in here, right? He wants to denaturalize Ilhan Omar. He, you know, remember how he threatened to denaturalize? They were trying to do it to Zoran Mamdani. Like, right? They're looking for an excuse to be able to, I'm going to fucking shit on the Constitution here. You're a security risk, right? You know what I'm saying? You're a security risk, right? Who else do we have? Is there somebody else that's fucking being a weirdo? The media has to be forced to be sensitive to reality, not taking these stories to strange dead ends. I mean, yeah, dude, it's hard, guys. You know why? You know why it's so hard, right? I think he was just joking, actually. Dude, the Brian guy who said Tommy paid to do it, he's just joking, right? dude, right? Goes away for a few. I think he's joking. Is he a troll? Is he a fucking big troll? Do we need to get rid of another one? I think he's just trying to be humorous, right? You know, but, dude, yeah. Dude, the thing about this shit, guys, is like every time, okay? Every time there, like, something happens, we get into this whole false flag reality sort of deal, right? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, the fact of the matter is this guy with his CIA ties and all that shit, it would be a pretty, you know, I don't know, dude. I think if they wanted a false flag, they would be a little covered a little bit more. But again, though, I feel like the false flag is like, we don't even have to look for a false flag, guys. It's like a real flag. All it is the minute anything happens, there's like a threefold pattern that they use now, guys. Okay? Literally, you watch, it's like they do the same three things, where number one, they find a way to say Biden did it. Okay? Biden did it. Or the Democrats did this. Then number two is Democrats are violent. This was caused by the violent Democrats who told the military to disobey orders. This was caused by Biden's violent Democrat letting in open borders, all this shit. So it's like, it's not our fault. The Democrats are violent. And then number three is now we have an excuse to be even crazier and more militarized and more controlling, right? We're going to break the Constitution. And that's like their 3-point plan that they try to put into play the minute anything happens, right? Democrats are violent. This is not our fault. And now we need to really like hunker down and really like control everybody because it's way out of line. And it's just the playbook for everything because, you know, they want to militarize. But again, guys, there's some problems. There are some problems with this that are not going to work. I mean, for example, this part right here, you just aren't going to be able to do this without the courts fucking, you know, you can't just deport any foreign national you want, and you can't denaturalize people just because you think they don't fit in. Okay? That's not going to happen. The courts are going to step in, and there's going to be more court battles, which is going to lead to more frustration with Trump and more fucking losing his mind and shit. You know? But, dude, this shit is crazy. It's pretty crazy, boss. Should we do a dance party goal? We should, huh? Dude, let's get a dance party goal going. Dude, craziness, boss. Jesus. Here it is. Let's go. Dude. Dance party Pine Box, baby. Dude, yeah, the midterms. Now, dude, it sucks though. I mean, let's be honest. The amount of political violence that is ramping up under Trump is like, it's pretty alarming. Like, have you noticed? I mean, we didn't have this shit under Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? Because Joe Biden wasn't out there saying crazy shit every day. Dude, Breckos, let's go. Right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, this shit, because like, you know, dude, Justin, with the 5 fucking memberships, let's go, baby. Oh, dude, Steve, let's go. Dance party, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we didn't have this shit. I mean, somebody was saying something earlier, but it's like, guys, it is insane, the level of chaos in this administration. I know, dude, Justin's fucking crazy, bro. Amazing, dude. Thank you, Justin. Dude, one more. Dude, it is just so overloaded. It is so over fucking... Everything about this administration is so beyond overloaded. Dude, it would be scary if they weren't so incompetent. Yeah, their incompetence definitely helps, right? But what's wild about this is how there is, it is like, it's like something happens that is nerve-wracking and chaotic, and instead of Trump going out there as an agent of calm and an agent of like unification and sort of togetherness, he goes out there and just starts throwing Molotov cocktails at everybody, bro. Like, something tragic happens, everyone's on edge, and he goes out there and just makes it 100 times worse. And then he yells at the fucking reporters, and then he causes even more chaos. It's all laid out in Project 2025. Much of it is, boss. You know? Dude, he is just, dude, just making it worse, man. Dude, Magnolia Girl, let's go. I miss Tommy this week. I miss our America from last year. Don't we all? This is some scary shit. You're not wrong. Oh. Dude, you are not wrong, boss. Right? So, yeah, so that was his fucking Thanksgiving wish. Milton Friedman economy. They want to privatize the air. They do indeed. If they could charge you for breathing, they fucking would, boss. All right? And this is part of the horrendous airlift from Afghanistan. Hundreds of thousands of people poured into our country, totally unvetted and unchecked. I mean, this is not hundreds of thousands of people. Right? But again, dude, it's Joe Biden is what he wants to blame this on. All right? Dude, so he went from Fuzzy Zeller, the golfer, to attacking all Afghan migrants. Now, here's my thing, guys. You know what I'm saying? Here's my thing is like, dude, this is like, these people are not fucking responsible. You know what I'm saying? these people are not fucking responsible for what that shooter did. And this idea, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? This idea that you fucking, you know, you're going to blame all of these people and say that everyone in this thing is bad. Everyone in this thing needs to be removed because of like what one guy did. It's like, come on, man. That's such bullshit. That's what racism is. You know what I'm saying? That's what racism is. My narrations are very medicinal. All right, Mary, let's go. Dude, I've been told, Mary, you know, I've been told that before, that like people have said that like listening to me talk is strangely addicting and also helpful, which I'm glad, because I talk a lot, right? If it wasn't helpful, that would be problematic. But this is so racist. You know what I'm saying? It's so racist to like assume that every Afghan refugee is like bad simply because this one guy did something bad. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of these people are great fucking people. Probably everybody in here. I'm sure there's a couple bad apples. Like, of course, there's a couple bad apples everywhere in every group. But like, dude, to judge all these people and now to send them all back to a war-torn country and get rid of them all simply because of one guy's actions is such bullshit. Because when I look at this, like, I think, look at what they're going through just to get here. They're piled into a plane like fucking cattle for hours and hours and hours on end, just wanting to fucking have a life where they're not having to deal with war. They're escaping, yes, because we went to their country for 20 fucking years. And the Taliban is there trying to take it over. And I mean, these people are going through so much to just have a life that's not like war-torn or doesn't have some religious, you know, dictatorship trying to control them. It's like, fuck, bro, you know, and it's just so, like, so gnarly, you know, for them to all get judged just because they're different, right? Dude. Yeah, I know. Now, I mean, we don't know. I'll be honest, guys. We don't know why this happened. And who knows? I mean, the thing though that I was mentioning, guys, is just the uptick of violence. Like you've noticed. I mean, look at what's happened with Trump being in office. Dude, Trump has been in office for 10 months. Okay? And in 10 months, we had a bunch of school shootings, multiple school shootings, multiple fucking, shooter on location, mass shootings. We had the execution of those fucking lawmakers in Minnesota and the attempted execution of another handful with the guy, the Trump supporter with the mask. Okay? You know what I'm saying? With fucking, we had the Charlie Kirk. Now we're, these National Guards people. It has just been like the uptick in political violence or threats with political violence have been crazy. Burning down Josh Shapiro's mansion. I mean, everything is just like hair trigger, right? It's so fucking crazy. And yes, we saw that. We saw that bit. We read that about the permanently pausing migration. Somebody said you haven't seen a video. What video? Right? Dude, the craziness is wild, boss. The uptick in violence is nuts. Right? Isn't that nuts? The violence has been crazy. I've never seen anything like it. Oh yeah, the judge's house that blew up. Dude, politicians being murdered. I know, dude. He severed all our trade relations. He's pissed off every friend we had. Like, man, dude, everything about this administration has been just a disaster. Oh, yeah, the Cybertruck in Vegas that blew up. Yeah, that guy who, like, shot himself or whatever in front of the Trump Tower, Trump Hotel. Missed you. Your insomnia sucked without it. Let's dance. Let's go. Good life. I hope you're doing better. I remember you were struggling. last week. I hope it's getting a little better for you. I mean, it's ebb and flow. Sometimes we go through dark times. Dude, it's so crazy. Yeah. It's just a lot of chaos. You know, a lot of like gnarly, just, I don't know, man. But again, Canada would be safer for them. Dude, you know, it's like, I mean, this is just what Trump's really piss poor. It's like what Trump's piss poor leadership is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he openly governs only for his supporters. He openly despises everybody that's not his supporter or everybody that doesn't let him off the hook. He doesn't take responsibility for anyone. He's aggressive with reporters. You know, you're stupid, shut up, piggy, whatever. His nonstop aggression and recklessness when talking to reporters. And all of that stuff just transmits. It sets a tone. And then chaos and other violence and shit ensues because from the very top, we have nothing but recklessness and aggression and, you know, lashing out. That's all he does is lashes out constantly. So, of course, yes, everybody else, all the constituents are going to lash out. When the boss lashes out, so do the employees. It's just the way it works. But, yeah, no, Iron Fist, that's in his fucking, we read that. It's in his Truth Social post. Fucking brutal. Fucking brutal, dude. Resentment politics and no responsibility politics. Like none, boss. Like this guy takes zero responsibility. Disputes between allies is normal. The insults, though. Yeah, well, so you know what's funny about that? Is there's nothing wrong with having disputes with your allies. There is nothing wrong with like feeling like your allies are treating you unfairly, right? Okay? And wanting to have a better deal. But the thing that I don't like about it is the way that he paints all of our allies as though they're bad people that are exclusively trying to harm us, okay? It's not simply that, like, okay, this deal, I'd like a little more of a favorable deal. I feel like we've earned a favorable deal and, you know, because we want to expand our economy in certain ways. That's fine to do that. But when you look at the deal you don't like and you accuse your allies who have been operating under that deal that was made with, it's like none of these deals were unilaterally from the other side. We negotiated these deals, okay? And if they were deals that benefited these other countries more, that was out of our own generosity or helping them build up their trade, their economies to better days ahead. Yes, John Reese, you know what I'm saying? And so, but then he goes in there and he like disavows our role in creating the current trade situation. And then he just says, everyone's taking advantage of us. They're playing us. They don't like us. They're not even our allies. They're our enemies. And they're trying to hurt us, right? He like infantilizes everything, right? You know what I'm saying? He infantilizes. I think infantilizing is the word. He infantilizes everything, right? And turns everything into some sort of a like, he catastrophizes all situations to where if we're not getting a good deal, it's because our enemies are our allies, not really our ally. They're purposely out to get us. And they're laughing at us and they're abusing us. And now now it's not even like we should get a better deal. We need to seek retribution against our allies because they're purposely trying to harm us, right? Everything's got a retribution aspect of it. Has the IQ of a stunted toddler, that he does, wild card. Right? Dude. He is such a fucking clown, bro. What an idiot, bro. Dude, and then he's talking about his golf fucking game, right?
Not according to fake news. And are you and President Biden going to play that golf match?
I'd love to. I mean, I've invited him, but he doesn't want to show up. Look, I know a lot about golf. I've won 38 club championships, and I don't get to practice much. I won one last year. I won a club championship at a big club, beating a 27-year-old kid. I said, you know,
Dude, he's not good at golf. I mean, he's not bad, but dude, he wins because the people let him fucking win, bro. Dude, you're right though. Look at him, dude. Look at him, bro. He's so close, dude. We're like we're so close to the pine box, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I can just hear it. I can hear it. It's like if you listen real quietly, you can hear it. It's just pine box. Pine box. Dude, I hear it. Oh. All right, let's hear. Here we go.
Very much, everybody. Go ahead.
Afghans, do you believe in
about
Afghans?
this asylum claim that is being floated? Of course, you just detailed that this suspect was flown in under the Biden administration.
Yeah.
But was he granted asylum under your administration?
When it comes to asylum, when they're flown in, it's very hard to get them out. No matter how you want to do it, it's very hard to get them out. But we're going to be getting them all out now. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, we already saw that one. That was the same one. Dude, it's very hard to get them out, but we're going to be getting them out now. All right. All right. I thought you just said it was very hard to get them out. But now, it's all of a sudden, it's not going to be hard anymore. Oh, my God. Dude, ASMR Pine 2026. Thank you, Jenna. Let's go. Dude, Pine. Pine. Box. Dude. Oh, Jesus. Dude, what an idiot. All right. This is our reality now. You know? This is our reality. Dude, look at this guy.
This is all of these places.
Look at this guy. Watch this guy's face, dude. You ready? As Trump starts saying that he fucking redesigned the halls. Dude, now he's about to say that he redesigned the hulls of the Coast Guard ship.
This is all of these places that got hit by the hurricanes and all of the different
Look at him.
The storms, the big water storms, as they call them, but mostly hurricanes. The jobs you do, the way you go into those seas, I wouldn't want to do it. You want to do it, but I wouldn't want to do it. And I just want to thank you for that. As you know, we've ordered a lot of Coast Guard cutters, brand new, beautiful, the best machines in the world, the fastest, the best maneuverability, they tell me. I said, how's the speed and the maneuverability? I'm a looks person. I wanted the hull to be perfect. I sort of redesigned the hull a little bit, the hulls, but we ordered a lot. And
he sort of redesigned the hulls of the Coast Guard cutters. No, he did not. Okay? He's talking to service members to thank them on Thanksgiving, giving thanks to the service members. And he's like, we ordered a whole bunch of new Coast Guard cutters and I'm a looks guy. So I went ahead and redesigned the hulls a little bit. It's like, no, you did not. He didn't redesign shit, bro. Dude, what a McHale's Navy. Oh my God, dude. Yeah. He put a gold toilet on every ship, bro. Jesus.
We're ordering icebreakers, too, that you're going to be in charge of. We have 11 of them being built right now. We had none. You know, we only have one in the whole country. Russia has 48, and we have one. And that's just ridiculous. So.
Oh, yeah. Dude. Wow. Bro. What are we doing, dude? He's now a shipbuilding expert. Dude. And then he's talking about his golf game to the service members. This guy is just pathetic, right?
What do the Somalians have to do with this Afghan guy who shot the national?
Nothing but...
Dude, so again, you saw the mention, right? You saw the mention in his ginormous tweet ramble about Somalians and his attacks on Tim Walz and Minneapolis and Ilhan Omar. And so this reporter says, hey, what do the Somalians, you keep talking about Somalians, what do they have to do with this Afghan shooter? Dude, Martine, let's go. I did enjoy the beach. I'm fucking exhausted, but I enjoyed it. But watch this.
What do the Somalians have to do with this Afghan guy who shot the national?
Nothing, but Somalians have caused a lot of trouble. They're ripping us off for a lot of money. There's a tremendous amount of money going back to Somalia. What the hell are we paying money to Somalia for? But they're ripping off our country at a level that few people have been able to see before. That's about the only thing. You talk about competence. We have Ilhan Omar, who does nothing but complain about our country and our Constitution. And she comes from a country with practically no country. It's devastated, it's crime-ridden, it's a mess, it's a disgrace. And
what do the Somalians have to do?
Dude, like, what fucking, right? Dude, he just hates Ilhan Omar. So Somalia is like, and there's black people in Somalia. We all know how Trump feels about fucking Somalia. Dude, I know, fuck this guy, bro. What a douchebag, Bosch. Cash Patel will fix Somalia. Dude, I mean, next thing you know, he's going to send Kim Guilfoyle, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? Dude, watch. Right, here's what he's going to do. He's going to send Kim G, dude. There we go. Instead of Greece, he's going to make her the ambassador to Somalia. Dude, look at that. Oh, Lord, have mercy, bro. Look at that. Oh, Jesus, dude. Right, there we go. That'll fix it. Right, there's a live shot of Kim G before she got shipped off. Dude. Dude. Oh, Lord. Oh, my haunted mansion. Dude, I know. Isn't it crazy? Like the difference between dating Gavin Newsom and dating fucking, Don Jr. There's a big difference, bro. She used to look fucking, I don't know, dude. She was a looker when she was dating Gavi. She get into Don G's orbit and she aged like 100 years. Bro, it's fucked up, right? All right. Oh, dude, his brain is cooked, though. Right?
Amen. Yeah, I know. This deal, sorry. Many are wonderful. Yeah, I'm sure.
I said many are here legally, though. What should they think in terms of their prospects?
Well, they can't be happy.
So
okay?
watch this.
Amen.
This is important because, again, this is a question where the reporter, obviously, when these things happen, every Afghan who is in the U.S. legally is now worried, okay? Right? Because Trump is out here. We're going to throw the book at everybody. Now Trump is acting like every Afghan immigrant is a terrorist or some shit. So you have a bunch of Afghan people that are here legally, okay, that have TPS or they've been granted asylum and they're here legally. So the reporter's like, what about those legal Afghan immigrants? Like, they're probably nervous. They're worried that, like, there's going to be retribution. How should they be feeling? What should they be doing right now? And watch what he says.
Amen. Legally, right? Yeah, I know. This deal, sorry. Many are wonderful. Yeah, I'm sure.
I said many are here legally, though. What should they think in terms of their prospects?
Well, they can't be happy, okay? They can't be happy. Because what's taking place between that, if you look at Somalia, they're taking over Minnesota. And we got a lot of problems with the gangs, with all of the things taking place in Minnesota. We have an incompetent governor, a dope. We have a dope governor. They can't be happy about what's going on.
The question was about the legal Afghan immigrants, right? And now he's back on Somalia and Tim Walz.
And if you talk about the Afghans, there's a problem because so many bad ones came in on the planes. They just walked in. Whoever the strongest people were, physically came in. Yeah, I know.
Dude, what an idiot, bro. Like, dude, he's so dumb. Oh, dude, he is a Nazi. Dude, J.D. Vance was right. Bro, this guy, right? What a fucking clown, bro. Oh, this is, you ready? This is amazing, though, guys. Dude, because Nancy Mace got into this. Like, watch this. This is one of my favorite clips because all of these people are fucking morons. But watch this clip here, okay? You ready? Watch.
This individual is in this country for one reason and one reason alone, because of the disastrous withdrawal from the Biden administration and the failure to vet in any way, shape, or form. This individual and countless others, and this administration has taken the rightful step to stop any further allowance of people with this similar background into the country.
All right, now, first off, I would like to say that, A, Donald Trump gave the Taliban control again. So Donald Trump created, after all of those local rebels helping to fight the Taliban, Trump essentially just gave everything back to the Taliban as part of this deal that then Joe Biden had to withdraw, okay, after fucking Trump gave the Taliban all of their prisoners and gave them back control. So then Biden's pulling out here and now the whole place is destabilized again. It was a fucking disaster, okay? It was a fucking disaster, bro. So, the whole thing was a disaster that Biden had to sort of figure out. And then Cash says, no vetting. But bro, this guy got asylum from the Trump administration. So why did you give him asylum? Why didn't you guys vet him? Okay? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't they vet him before they granted him asylum? But now watch Nancy Mace here.
Your thoughts on the director's comments?
Well, two things. One, I do agree with 𝗙cie Patel on this. But number one, this would never have happened with President Trump in the Oval Office. Number two,
this would have never happened with President Trump in the Oval Office. It literally just happened with President Trump in the Oval Office. The guy was granted asylum by President Trump in the Oval Office, right? The shooting, the National Guard was stationed in D.C. because of President Trump in the Oval Office. The shooting happened. Dude, you like that freeze frame? Dude, that's a perfect Nancy Mace, dude. She's getting ready to polish it. Dude, she's ready to polish it, dude. She's going to flatten that shit out like a popsicle. Dude, let's go. Oh my, she's goldfishing. She is. Isn't that funny?
happened with President Trump. 𝗙cie Patel on this. But number one, this would never have happened with President Trump in the Oval Office. Number two, President Trump is fixing the grave mistakes and travesties under the Biden administration. And I'm just honored that I'm in Congress to watch and witness what he's doing to save our country. We're going to be so much better off for it. Thank you, Mr. President.
Dude, she wants that endorsement so bad. Okay? She wants that endorsement so bad, right? And you know what I mean? She wants it so bad. And I don't think she's going to get it, dude. Dude, I don't think she's going to get it. What? So fucking, isn't that wild? I thought that was pretty funny. See, these guys should have never been there. You know, they like, and again, I'm not blaming the National Guard people, okay? Because they're just doing their job, okay? They go where they're commanded. Their job is to show up and deploy where, right? right? She said should never have happened. Dude, see, again, like, I'm not blaming the National Guard. This is not their fault at all. They literally just get deployed and they show up where they get deployed and they do their job. But again, guys, the National Guard should not be on the streets of DC. Okay? They shouldn't. There's no reason for them to be on the streets. The US military, they're normally on a military base, guys. Right? They're on a military base. Why? Because it keeps them safe. Okay? Because if there are terrorists in America, okay, and certainly there's some terrorists here, okay? You know there are. So if there are terrorists in America, the one thing you don't want to give the terrorists access to is the fucking, the military, right? There's no point in giving terrorists access to the military or Looney Tunes people, okay? Nobody needs to have access to the military. There's a reason why we have military bases. It's so those military people can be safe and out of view and not in harm's way, okay? If there are terrorists in the country, they're absolutely going to target the military. They're going to target the soldiers. So putting soldiers on the street corner for no reason, right? They didn't need to be there. He talks about crime. There have been 62 murders in the last 2 months while the National Guard have been in DC. They haven't gotten rid of murder. They haven't gotten rid of crime. They were there picking up trash and other shit. And like, dude, it's so dumb. So him stationing the military out in public like that on the street corners recklessly, just so he can feel like a king, right? Because he's like commanding them to take over the city or whatever. And now some of them are dead. It's stupid, man. They should have been on a military base where they belong, where they're safe and no crazy lunatic can target them. I mean, dude, this is 100% Trump's issue, okay? I mean, all of this is the president's issue. The president is the buck stops there. That's the job. The president should take responsibility for this. But I mean, this in particular, he didn't vet the guy who got asylum at all, right? I don't think they vetted him at all. I think they literally, anybody that came in with this Biden thing that applied for asylum, I think they did not vet them at all. I think they vetted them like 0%. Or maybe they looked at him and because he worked with the CIA, they just were fine. I mean, again, vetting, you can't tell somebody is gonna like break the law. There's no way to predict that. But he could at least say, like, we vetted him. And yet this still happened because it's an imperfect world. But he won't even acknowledge that they vetted him or won't even acknowledge that the guy got asylum under his watch. He can't even take responsibility for having been a part of this situation at all. He won't take responsibility for having deployed the military in ways that is putting them in harm's way, And again, my thing that I had a real problem with this, right? You had to sign into chat to talk. It's how you feel. Dude, yeah. Dude, there's no reason to fucking send these guys. They should be safe and protected and not targets. And the other thing, here's the thing, and this has nothing to do with Somalia, okay? Right in and of itself. Willem, let's go, dude. Thank you, boss. Separation is in the engagement handbook. Yes, Christy. Let's go. So, dude, one thing I wanted to say about Somalia is they have been doing attacks on ISIS in Somalia. And so, like, to me, when you're attacking a terrorist organization across the world, that seems like especially a time where you don't want to have the military, like, out on a street corner. You know what I'm saying? They're literally running maneuvers against ISIS while military people are standing out in the open in DC. That's so dumb, bro. That's so dangerous for them. I mean, if there's an ISIS terrorist here who decides to just waltz into a group of National Guardsmen and fucking throw, you know, some C4 or some shit, like, dude, it's so unnecessarily risky. Stop the stupidity. Let's go, boss. U.S. military is a threat to Trump right now. He lost them. I mean, they're not going to be happy. I mean, dude, he's already killed as many military between the plane crashes and shit and this and the other incidents. He's already killed as many military as happened in Afghanistan. And we're like 10 months into his term, dude. Dude. All right, what do we got? We got 10 minutes, 4 more, guys, to secure the dance party. Dude, this shit just gets me irate, bro. It does. I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe I get irate about this because everybody in my family, like I'm literally the only male in my family, including my dad, who didn't fucking serve in the military, or I had one brother who tried to get in the Marines, but he didn't, and then he ended up going to prison, so he couldn't get into the military. But other than that one who went to prison, I'm the only man in my family, including like cousins and shit, who didn't serve in the military. I mean, we're from a small town in Wisconsin where like all the young dudes go and join the military. Stop the stupidity. Let's go party. So this kind of shit bothers me. Like when I see the military get sort of politicized by the president, where he was going to like West Point and shit like that and talking about the enemy within and talking negatively about Democrats to the soldiers, right? Politicizing the military. Dude, that shit is bullshit. You don't do that, dude. The military is always nonpartisan, okay? Doesn't matter what their political beliefs are, and it doesn't matter the political beliefs of the people that they protect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't ever bring politics into the fucking military, ever, dude. It is like an equal opportunity protector, an equal opportunity, like, you know what I mean? It's like that is a completely non-political, like we are all one type of, you know, part of the U.S. government. And for him to politicize that shit and then to put them in harm's way needlessly, having them do jobs or stand around picking up trash or exposing themselves to people, law enforcement situations where they could be shot or fucking injured or what have you for no reason. They're not needed there. They don't need to be stationed there. They're only there for the, you know, the glorification of his fucking ego and for him to feel like, you know, like some type of powerful fucking king-like figure. Thank you, James. Let's go. All right. Dude, it makes me mad, boss. It does. And everybody who is connected to the military or has family in the military is like not happy about a lot of this behavior because it's reckless. Okay? It's reckless. You know, they lost the military when Pissfinger Pete spoke. Dude. I mean, can you imagine being in the military for 20 years and then this guy who's been in the National Guard for like 8 years becomes the head of the military? A Fox News host gets the head of the fucking, you know, department. The DOD is a Fox Newscast, a Fox News host who gets drunk and has no like significant combat time, has never led a group of men. And yeah, he calls you fat and weak and fucking terrorizes everybody. I mean, bro, like, and then he starts firing all of the top generals. He gets in like pissing matches with them. Dude, I know with Mark Kelly, I mean, I don't know if you saw the Mark Kelly thing, like Hegseth is attacking him, but like, dude, Willem, let's go, baby. There it is. Bringing it home, boss. All right, we made it. Dance party has been secured. Their blood is all on his hands. Indeed it is. Thank you, Bama girl. Yeah, it is. It is rough, boss. But I was going to say, I just want to play this clip with Mark Kelly, okay? Because there's this great clip with Mark Kelly where first off, look at this, all right? Remember, he put this guy in charge of the terrorism prevention, guys, right? Thomas Fugate, the intern, got put in charge of the fucking terrorism prevention. Maybe that wasn't a very good idea. Let's not forget. Questionable move. But dude, that Mark Kelly interview, did you see this shit? Bro, where Mark Kelly is fucking talking about all his shit. And then, Hegseth was challenging this guy. Let me find it. It's right here. Look at Mark Kelly, dude. Look at him, bro. I mean, he looks like he's been through some shit. This guy was a pilot, 39 combat missions, okay? His wife was shot because of political violence, all right? Because of, like, Trumpian fucking rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And, dude, 39 combat missions, okay? And watch him, like Hegseth is talking about court-martialing him.
I hear you when you say you're not intimidated. This must be a source of stress for you and your family. I just have to ask the kind of impact that it's having on you and your loved ones.
Rachel, I've had a missile blow up next to my airplane. I've been shot down, nearly shot down multiple times. I've flown a rocket ship into space 4 times, built by the lowest bidder. And my wife, Gabby Giffords, meeting with her constituents, shot in the head, 6 people killed around her. A horrific thing. She spent 6 months in the hospital. We know what political violence is, and we know what causes it, too. The statements that Donald Trump made is insightful, incites others. He's got millions of supporters. People listen to what he says more so than anybody else in the country. And he should be careful with his words. But I'm not going to be silenced here. Is it stressful? I've been stressed by, things more important than Donald Trump trying to intimidate me into shutting my mouth and not doing my job. He didn't like what I said. I'm going to show up for work every day, support the Constitution, do my job, hold this administration accountable, hold this president accountable when he is out of line. That's the responsibility of every U.S. senator and every member of Congress. He's not going to silence us.
Absolutely. Dude, it's just crazy because this guy has been through so much but nobody like this guy got picked to be the head of the DOD. The head of the DOD is a Fox newscaster, okay? A guy who walks around like with one of those collars on so he doesn't get makeup on his suit, right? Right, Pete Hegseth, the drunken newscaster with 8 years in the National Guard who's never seen meaningful combat. He's the guy who fucking gets the head of the DOD, bro. And yes, he's never been accused of graping either, right? The Fox newscaster. Oh, shit. Dude. Jesus. Isn't that wild? All right. But now, guys, we're going to move on. I can't do any more Trump. I saw somebody in chat say this, and I'm with you, dude. I'm done with the Trump for the day. Dude, the shooting is brutal. That shit was brutal, man. I feel bad, bro. Like, they didn't need to be there. Dude, you're just pissed the Epstein files aren't being released? Well, so, I mean, that's going to be a process, guys. Okay? Just so you know, I mean, we knew that the discharge petition, and we knew it wasn't going to be an easy go, and they're not going to just put it all out. I mean, they're going to fight it. I mean, you've already seen the first angle they're taking, where now they're claiming that the estate doesn't want to put it out. And, dude, they're going to try to, like, redact shit and mark shit. But again, guys, you don't really have to worry about this because the oversight committee is going to get involved. Okay. And so what's going to happen is they're going to try to stall it, and we may not see this shit, but the oversight committee is going to start seeing this shit. And so it's going to be a process, though. I think it's going to be a 2-year wrangling. Okay. And what we really need, guys, more than anything, we need to win the House. Okay. We need to win the House next year. Very important. If we win the House next year, the Oversight Committee is going to be pedal to the metal on the Epstein situation and investigating ICE and Kristi Noem and Tom Homan and Donald Trump's DOJ. All of them are going to get a microscope shoved up their ass for the next 2 years, right? If we take the House back, it's going to be, you know, curtains for these fools. Okay, dude. Yes. Afton, dude, we should talk about that briefly. Okay, guys, let me just, before we segue into the TPUSA shit, guys, is wild. Okay. But let's talk about this thing though. Okay. That we really need to talk about regarding the Afton and Matt Van Epps from Tennessee, because this is important, guys. Look at this shit. Okay. This is crazy. All right. Let me find it. Okay. So let's look at Trump's post. All right. First off, you ready? Because this is very important to look at here. Because Trump posted about this. All right, look at this. So Trump posted this. All right. Says, I'm asking all America First Patriots in Tennessee's 7th Congressional District who haven't voted yet to please get out and vote for MAGA warrior Matt Van Epstein tomorrow, November 26th, the last day to vote early in person. You can win this election for Matt. Please vote for Matt Van Epstein, who has my complete and total endorsement. Polls close at 12 noon in most of Tennessee 7. Every vote counts. If you're in line by 12, stay in line. They must let you vote. Early voting ends November 26th. Election day is December 2nd. Get out and vote for Matt Van Epps. He will never let you down. But here's what's crazy about this, guys. Okay? Trump won this district. Tennessee 7. Trump won it by 22 points, guys. 22. He should not have to post. He's out here posting like Scott Pressler, begging people, come on, guys, please go down and vote. If you're in Tennessee, go vote for our guy. Go vote for the MAGA. He's really good. Make sure you get out and vote. Why? Because it was a Trump plus 22 district that now is like a dead heat. Matt Van Epps has like a 2-point lead, bro. Right? Like they could lose this. And even if they don't lose a plus 22, if you win that shit by 2 or by 5, that means you are fucking sinking. You are in quicksand, bro. That is insane in fucking Tennessee, boss. Okay? Again, I think she could win it. I think Afton could win it. Very much so. This Matt Van Epps guy, dude, he's a fucking clunker, bro. I mean, most of these candidates are fucking terrible. Yeah, no, and yes, what Natalie said too, it wasn't a Truth Social. They went to Twitter, right? It doesn't matter who's writing it, Bingewood, right? The point is they went to Twitter and they had to put a post they had to stump from the president's account on Twitter to try and get the word out because they're so fucking underwater, okay? They should not have to do that. A Trump plus 22 district, they should have spent zero money, right? Zero money, zero promotion. That should be an easy dub. And guys, they've spent millions, okay? And this is what's crazy though, okay? When you think about this, is the amount of money, right? Think about this. Think about this, guys. The amount of money that they're having to spend, like normally, guys, you ready? In a normal election, right? If Kamala Harris wins a district by 22 points, you know how much money she's going to spend in that district in a congressional rate? How much the Democrats are going to spend there? Like $5, okay? If there's a plus 22 Dem district, they're going to spend no money, no resources are going to that district because it's like a guaranteed win. And these guys have spent millions of dollars in Tennessee 7 in a Trump 22 district, and they're barely eking out a victory, and they may actually lose it. And so that's so dangerous because they're not going to have enough money to win any of these districts come November. And on top of that, guys, if they go through with that redistricting, okay, because historically most of these MAGA candidates are not good candidates, they're terrible candidates. So they only really have a chance to win in totally stacked districts. If they do this redistricting, pretty much if Texas redistricts, they're going to have hardly any solid red districts. Like the Dems are going to be able to run some conservative Democrat in some of those districts, and they're going to win some unexpected races. Like if they redistrict to get more seats, they're probably going to lose other seats that were strongholds. I guarantee you, guys, it's not going to work out for them. I think it's going to work out worse if they start redistricting, because I think a lot of their safe seats are going to be in danger. Okay, they are. I think the Dems are going to go after like the formerly safe seats. They're getting ready for this right now. They're already looking at these maps and trying to figure out who can we run, man. Right? Conservative Democrat, bro, the DSA. Dude, the DSA is great, boss. Right? But you do have to be realistic, right? I don't know that the DSA is going to be winning in red districts yet, right? But DSA candidates hopefully are going to pick up some steam for sure. But still, some of these districts are red. I'm talking about districts that were solidly red, that they're going to weaken a little bit in order to pilfer some of those red voters to take away a blue district. But it's going to make a lot of their solidly red districts in play. You know what I mean? And that's going to be beneficial. And no Diet MAGA Dems. Dude, I would rather have a Diet MAGA Dem win a red district than a Republican. Yes, I absolutely would. Because let me just tell you, with the House, guys, okay, with the House, the Senate is a different story. The Senate is way more complicated, but there's a reason why fucking AOC and Zohran Mamdani are supporting Hakeem Jeffries. Like, one is because they realize he's part of the power structure that's going to help them get what they need, but also he's good at managing the House. I mean, look what happened with all of the House members unanimously, even like Gluesenkamp-Perez was part of the unanimous rejection of the budget. I mean, Hakeem Jeffries is good at keeping the House caucus in line. So if we win a bunch of fucking red districts in 2026, even if they are milquetoast Dems that we don't love, they are going to get on board with all of the investigations. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like I'm just telling you guys that, the Senate is where we don't want that shit. We don't want the Joe Manchins. You know what I'm saying? The Senate is much more complicated. We do need to get rid of those middle of the roaders in the Senate because they're very destructive there. But in the House, I'd rather have the fucking corpo, whatever, conservative Dems than the Republicans, because Hakeem Jeffries will get them in line. right? You know what I'm saying? The House is a different animal. Every 2 years, they got to reckon with getting the boot, right? It's a much better place for those sort of like, we don't care if they're shitters like that. I'm telling you, we're going to pick up some seats. We just got to win the majority so we can investigate the shit out of these people, bro. Bring it on, dude. Oh, this is funny though, dude. Oh yeah, lick the stream. Yes, like the stream, guys. Dude. Oh shit. All right, you ready? Dude, we got to look at this shit, bro. Look at this. Okay? So guys, this is so crazy because I was literally just getting into it with this Jeanette Garcia woman, okay? I don't know if you know who she is. Right? But where is she? We got to talk about the TPUSA stuff. This woman, all right? I literally have just been getting into it with her. Let me find my shit, bro. I swear to you, in the last couple days, like this, let me go to the advanced search because I got into it. Yeah, no, Jen Cole, you're not wrong, right? I think that the key is you got to pick off the centrists when and where you can. But I don't think centrists are the worst enemy we have. Okay, they're not. You know what I'm saying? They're better than Republicans. But dude, this chick is crazy. But so let me see here. Ready? So look at this. Okay. Dude, I've been going to town on this woman, dude. But where is it? So here's one from a day ago where she's talking about sedition. She's calling them the Sedition Six, but look at her, bro. She's crazy. And I'm like, no offense, but you need to shut the fuck up with the level of financial impropriety going on at TPUSA and the rape cover-ups. It's best that you stop thinking you can counsel anyone, okay? And you fucking heretics are involved in so much criminal behavior. The hammer is coming for you. All right. So, dude, Groove Dragon, listen, I want to tell you something, boss. All right. And my thing, Groove Dragon, is if you want to leave Twitter, that's absolutely fine, boss. Like, I totally get it. And if it's bad for your mental health, go to fucking Blue Sky. But a bunch of us are not going to leave Twitter, Groove Dragon, because this shit is like dominates search results. Okay. So if every leftist left Twitter, then all of Google would be nothing but right-wing propaganda. It's very important that left-wing people stay on Twitter and continue combating the misinformation so your shit is going into Google and Bing search results as well. Because unfortunately, Twitter is highly locked and very visible in search results. So we do not want to let Twitter just be a right-wing only platform. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you can't take it and it's bad for your mental health, then by all means, get off, right? Like, don't stay there if it's hurting you, because that's no good. Go to Blue Sky, go on Threads, wherever it's like safer and better for you. But if you can handle it, we do need people fighting the misinformation on Twitter and making sure that all of your truth ends up in the search results in addition, because we're fighting a lot of bots. You know what I'm saying? Right? It's hard, unfortunately. You know, it's so bad though. You know what I'm saying? It's so bad. Dude, it is. It is like, I highly recommend, if it's bad for your mental health, stay away. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay there and keep fighting it. But dude, she is crazy. Okay? She is. She is so whacked out, guys. And then, look at this. Look at the picture. Dude, I'm like, you look like you eat children's brains. What is with the crazy underground bunker Bible eyes, teeth, and grit smiles? Like, look at her smile, guys. Like, look at this shit. And again, I'm not judging her looks, right? You know what I'm saying? Because whatever, we're all imperfect, but look at that smile. Look at that, like, dude, like, what is up with the grit, bro? Like, the gritting of the teeth. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is like bunker Bible eyes, okay? And I've been in on this woman for a while, okay? I literally just interacted her about the Sedition 6, but like, look at this shit. You ready? Okay. So there's a lawsuit, okay? Jeanette Garcia, who we just looked at, underground bunker Bible eyes with the grit teeth. There's a lawsuit. She's accused of offering a job for sex. Okay? She offered sex for a fucking, right? She offered a job to a guy in exchange for sex. And then when the guy said, no, I'm not going to have sex with you for the job, she fucking kidnapped his 14-year-old daughter. Bro. Right? And she's a councilwoman for Avondale, okay? She got drunk at a TPUSA dinner, propositioned a fellow employee. When he rejected, she snatched his teen daughter from home and kept her for 12 hours. And then she denies it, says she was helping the girl. But, dude, right? She's been fucking tweeting shit, crazy shit to Tom Hanks. She's had past sexual advance. Fucking, right, accusations at TPUSA, all right? And then look at this. It also alleges that other TPUSA employees were not only with Garcia when she kidnapped the daughter, but they were all drunk. Her and a bunch of TPUSA employees, okay, got drunk, all right? And now, dude, this is crazy, bro. You ready? Dude, TPUSA is going down. You ready? Watch this.
Let me be very clear. These claims are untrue. That's the response Avondale City Council member Jeanette Garcia typed up tonight about a lawsuit filed against her. It claims she offered a man a job in exchange for sex, then kidnapped his 14-year-old daughter when he refused. This isn't the first time she's been accused of bad behavior.
Dude.
In February, Garcia made headlines after posting, "Hey pedo" at Tom Hanks on X. Pedo is the shorter word for pedophile, and that is a QAnon conspiracy about the popular actor. Garcia claimed she meant pedo, the Spanish word for fart.
You misunderstood my statement, but the biggest part of my statement was about racism.
Months before that scandal, Garcia...
Dude, she is such a fucking clown. They are the worst liars, bro. Oh, I meant fart. Hey, fart, Tom Hanks. Dude. Dude, right? Like, there's no way, bro. Hey, fart, or no, you QAnon fucking teeth gritting weirdo, right? Remember her? Like, dude, there she is, boss. Yeah, sure you meant fart. Yeah, it's right. It's Petho, right? Dude, she is a fucking insane asylum in waiting here, boss. What a fucking
word for fart.
You misunderstood my statement, but the biggest part of my statement was about racism.
Months before that scandal, Garcia is accused of making sexual advances toward a coworker while she worked for Turning Point USA. In a statement, she says she's never solicited anything inappropriate. The plaintiff, who filed anonymously as Father John Doe, claims it happened when coworkers went out to dinner last November to celebrate the elections. Garcia is accused of making remarks, inviting and suggesting having sex with Father Doe and offering him employment with Turning Point if he agreed to it. The lawsuit states Garcia became more aggressive and explicit due to excessive consumption of alcohol, driving Father Doe to leave the restaurant. When he got home later that night, his 14-year-old daughter was not there. He alleges 𝗙𝗪 decided to take his daughter from her home without his permission. 𝗙𝗪 maintains she was helping a young girl. The lawsuit alleges 𝗙𝗪 and other Turning Point employees were drunk when they picked up Father Doe's daughter. The suit claims the girl did not return home until 12 hours later.
Again, it's important.
Dude, isn't that crazy? So, first off, though, this is like a recurring scenario with TPUSA. There have been news articles written about how TPUSA has events and everyone just gets fucking obliterated. They get hammered, okay? They get hammered at these TPUSA events. You have Emily Saves America, who is getting fingered in the lobby, right, in front of families and shit. And, you know, Benny Johnson is well known for taking young men to his hotel room while his wife cries in the hotel lobby. I mean, they go and just get hammered. All kinds of, you know, weird sexual behavior, while simultaneously the organization is like, oh, we're pious, religious, we're judging all of your sexual behavior, but they're all fucking degenerates. So now they're at this dinner with this guy. She's trying to get in this guy's pants. Okay, she's offering him a job at TPUSA if he'll bone down. And it gets so bad that he has to leave. And then her and a bunch of shit-faced TPUSA employees go grab his 14-year-old daughter. And they take her, driving her around drunk. 12 hours later, they bring her home. Dude, what in the actual fuck, boss? You know what I'm saying? It is craziness.
Again, it's important to remember that 𝗙𝗪 has not been charged with a crime. In her statement, she says that she is threatening legal action. And we also reached out to the other defendants, Turning Point USA, the City of Avondale, and Maricopa's County Sheriff's Office. We'll let you know when we hear back from them. Reporting live in the newsroom, 𝗙𝗪 Torres, Arizona's Family.
Isn't that nuts? Dude, that is crazy. All right. And now the case was filed, it looks like in, you know, a couple weeks ago against her, all right, and against Turning Point USA, all right, it's against her, it's against Russ Skinner from Turning Point, right, Turning Point USA, the City of Avondale, dude, it's fucking crazy, bro, dude. Jeanette Garcia, Angela Roden, right? Russ Skinner and Turning Point Action, Turning Point USA, and the City of Avondale. Dude, again, dude, this is crazy, bro.
Let me be very clear.
Isn't that wild? And that's this woman, though. And I'm telling you, though, this woman, dude, she's not well, boss. I mean, look at that, dude. Something is going on. Dude. Yeah, they are fucked up. They are fucked up. But she is gone crazy, okay? And they're just all tweeting about Charlie Kirk, right? And here's what she says. She says, I'm aware of the outrageous and false accusations being made about me. Let me be very clear. These claims are untrue. I've never kidnapped anyone, never harmed anyone, never solicited anything inappropriate ever. Now, again, guys, this is not the first time that she has had problems. She has been accused of being sexually inappropriate before at TPUSA events. I think she's a drinker. She likes to get drunk and get feel copy. Okay? Situation being referenced involved me helping a young girl. Anyone twisting an act of support into something malicious is spreading intentional misinformation. Again, these accusations are false. I'm preparing to pursue legal action against those responsible for spreading these lies and the damage they're attempting to cause to her already crazy reputation, right? I will not be intimidated. I will not be smeared. Dude. Oh, shit, bro. Dude. Oh, dude, this is so funny. Right? Are you aware the accusations have been made under oath and your bullshit is only on Twitter? Dude. Oh shit, people are like, this makes me believe the accusations even more. Dude, let's see this article, or let's see what they say here, bro.
City council member finding herself at the center of a really bizarre legal battle.
So she is accused of kidnapping a teenage girl after offering her father a job in exchange for sex. Another council member, 𝗙ص𝗹𝗹𝗪, says the claims against her are lies. She has not been charged with anything criminal, but has been slapped with a lawsuit filed by the man and his daughter. The alleged incident dates back to last November. 𝗙ص𝗹𝗪 was on the Avondale Council and a Turning Point USA employee. The plaintiff, who filed anonymously, said it all happened when coworkers went out to dinner to celebrate the elections. 𝗙ص𝗹𝗪 allegedly made remarks inviting and suggesting having sex with the man and offering him a job at Turning Point if he agreed to it. The lawsuit states 𝗙ص𝗹𝗪 became more aggressive and explicit due to excessive consumption of alcohol and ultimately led to the man leaving the restaurant.
When he got home later that night, his 14-year-old daughter wasn't home. He alleges 𝗙ص𝗹𝗪 decided to, quote, take his daughter from her home without his permission. So in a statement, 𝗙ص𝗹𝗪 tells us the claims are untrue and that she's never kidnapped or harmed anyone nor solicited anything inappropriate. Now, this is not the first time 𝗙ص𝗹𝗪 has been accused of bad behavior. In February, she made headlines after posting, "Hey, pedo," at Tom Hanks on X. Pedo is commonly used as a shorter abbreviation for pedophile, and that's a QAnon conspiracy about the actor. 𝗙ص𝗹𝗪 claims she meant pedo, the Spanish word for flatulence. We've reached out to the other defendants in this case, including Turning Point USA. Still no word from them yet, but we'll let you know when we hear back from them.
Dude, she is fucking crazy, bro. Oh my God, dude. She is crazy. All right. But again, there she is, boss. Oh, fuck. Dude, yeah. Dude, there's so much impropriety here. Now, is Erica Kirk going to make a statement about this? Is what's going to go on? Because now, what do we have? So now we have the accusations mounting up of like young people and people under 21 getting hammered at TPUSA events. You got Benny Johnson preying on young men. You got girls getting fingered in the lobby in front of families in drunken things. You've got one of their, big people who's a city council member, trying to offer jobs for sex, kidnapping. I mean, all kinds of sexual improprieties coming from these supposed Christian people, supposed people of faith that are running around attacking everybody's morality. I mean, this shit is bad, guys. Now, it doesn't end there, okay? Because there's more, okay? There's more with TPUSA. That is wild, okay? That one, we're going to see how that lawsuit works out. Of course, she goes to Twitter, right? I'm suspicious, guys, if you get sued and you're talking about your lawsuit on Twitter, that's really weird. That is suspicious, okay? It is, guys. You look at somebody, a classic example is you look at Denims, okay? You look at Denims, right? She's getting sued by fucking, Ethan, okay? What's his name, dude? Ethan Klein, right? So if you look at Denims, though, she will talk about the fact that she's getting sued. She will, raise money for her legal defense online, but she never discusses the case on Twitter, okay? You just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be out there declaring your innocence and refuting things in the lawsuit on Twitter. You don't want to do that, guys. That is super prejudicial. Yes, you don't want to be fucking doing that at all. If you were talking about your lawsuit on Twitter, that's a bad sign. Guys, that's a sign that you're, that you're trying to win the court of public opinion, right? But so there's more though with TPUSA, guys. I saved some other shit because simultaneously we have this going on. You ready? We're going to watch this video, okay? This is crazy, okay? Look at this. Let's watch this video right here of this girl. So this girl is a Christian girl who is conservative, and she went to a TPUSA faith event. Okay? Now, remember, TPUSA faith is the thing that Candace Owens has been freaking out about Rob McCoy. Okay? You've heard the name Rob McCoy. He's that pastor whose son, Mike McCoy, was in the backpack wearing all white. Charlie gets shot. Mike McCoy just walks away, is on the phone walking down the street, and everyone's like, God, he was behaving weird. He watched Charlie get shot and just walked away and got on the phone, right? Okay? And then what ended up happening was Rob McCoy then went in and, like, right after Charlie was dead, he changed the Wikipedia page and he inserted himself as one of the co-founders of TPUSA Faith, which is not true. Rob McCoy had nothing to do with founding TPUSA Faith. Okay, so there all this weird shit with the McCoys and TPUSA Faith. He's kind of horning in there. So now this woman, okay, or I don't know how old she is. She may have been a girl, but I think she's over 18, but we'll find out. Maybe she tells us her age. But this woman here, right? I think she is a young woman. Yeah, she's a young woman. So I presume, you know, from the looks of her, she's, you know, somewhere between 18 and 21. Okay. But she went to a TPUSA faith event. All right. She's a conservative Christian. She's not a Democrat. She went there because, of course, they've been going on and on about Charlie and faith. And so after his death, she goes and she makes this video, guys. All right, you ready? This is a conservative Christian woman who went to TPUSA Faith. All right, and this was her take on it.
So I went to a TPUSA Faith event tonight, and I want to talk about it. Thinking that I was going to enjoy myself and learn things because TPUSA is obviously a conservative faith-based foundation, or so I thought. I thought I was going to be informed about politics stemming like strictly from biblical principles, and that's not my experience. So right off the bat, the speaker comes up and like before he even gets into preaching or talking about politics, he begins by calling out Candace Owens and saying that she is evil and anti-Semitic and what she's doing is evil. I immediately wanted to leave. I didn't want to be there any longer listening to this nonsense because right off the bat I know that that's just not true. And the only reason I didn't leave is because on the way in I basically got like security checked like 5 times because there was armed men like standing everywhere in front of me. They were very suspicious of me. Like, I don't know. There was also an armed man on stage, like hand on his gun, like the security was everywhere. And I was like, I just don't want to deal with it. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but it just didn't feel right. So I'm in this church and I'm listening to this TPUSA like speaker go on and on about Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and how they're evil and anti-Semitic. And he basically indirectly is saying we should support Israel because Jesus was a Jew and we wouldn't have Christianity without Judaism and blah blah blah. Obviously I disagree with that. What they're doing in Israel is evil and they're so corrupt, it's insane. And telling Christians that they should be supporting this evil doing because these people are Jewish and if you don't you're anti-Semitic, like it's wrong. And also I don't think Charlie Kirk would stand for that. We know as like the weeks before his passing, he was starting to call out Israel and question Israel. And Candace Owens was his best friend. Like, what? So then he goes on and he starts preaching. But the way he was preaching, it wasn't really preaching. He was just literally calling like the left names. He called the left idiots. He called them freaks. He called them it didn't feel right. And my thought process is, would Jesus be doing this? Is this biblical teaching? Like, you're calling people that we disagree with as Christians all these names and loser, idiot, freak. Really? Because last time I checked, Jesus ate with sinners. Yeah.
See, I think one of the things to point out here is how, like, the fact that the TPUSA faith is not really about faith, right? It's not about nurturing faith or nurturing like a relationship with God, as they like to talk about, oh, the scripture and all the shit they post on Twitter. But essentially, it's just a bully pulpit that they're using to identify who the enemies are, right? Candace is the enemy. Tucker is the enemy. The Democrats are the enemy, right? It's not about faith. It's just an extension of all of these people are the enemy, and we need to all like mobilize against the enemy, which is really, when you look at it, it's kind of like what the entire TPUSA is becoming, where it's becoming this weaponized sort of like cult, this Trumpist Netanyahu cult of, you know, Zionist evangelicism, you know?
It with prostitutes. So you're spreading hate. People that we disagree with as Christians, all these names in loser, idiot, freak. Really? Because last time I checked, Jesus ate with sinners. He ate with prostitutes. So you're spreading hate. Literally. And that's not what God stands for. He's preaching to people whilst spreading hate. And these people are absorbing this information. These teenagers, these young people are absorbing this information, thinking that this is okay. This is a leader. This is someone we put on our stage teaching us this. This is the future generation of Christians. Do we really want to be more divided? Like, oh, we're just going to hate on the left because we disagree with them. We're not going to share the Bible with them. We're not going to, like, help them because we think that they're lost. We're just going to call them losers and freaks and make fun of them and laugh it off. It was quite disgusting.
Now, I've already talked to you about how the churches have been weaponizing this shit, right? Like how they have been, they have started sort of this thing of like, if you vote for the Democrats, you're going to go to hell, right? That's their sort of new take, is they're trying to weaponize the idea of like the Christians are worried about going to hell and disappointing God. And they're politicizing it to the point of where some of these preachers are like, if you don't vote for the MAGA Republicans, you're going to go to hell. Like, this is what God wants you to do. And it's getting really outrageous now. It is like beyond, you know, it's no longer them sort of politicking or making suggestions. They're actively trying to weaponize the scripture into, you need to do this politically. And you know, TPUSA, I think, is really getting into this now. You know, again, it's a faith event. They should be there talking about using your faith to overcome, you know, the pain of losing somebody like Charlie Kirk, and overcoming, you know, tragedy, and you know, maintaining your faith in the Lord when you're being tested and all this shit. And instead, this whole thing is a diatribe against Democrats and Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson and everyone that is an enemy of the TPUSA cult. And they're up there like, you know, I mean, I call people shitty names. I call people shitty names on Twitter all the time. I do. But I also don't run around like declaring that my morality is like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to gay and trans people or fucking telling them that they're immoral or telling people that they're fucking, you know, sinners and whatnot. I'm not claiming to have a you know, a like moral high ground. Okay. And the problem with these religious people that are trying to, you know, tell people if they can or can't have bodily autonomy, or what sex life or relationship life is allowed or not allowed, while they're simultaneously running around there just being nasty. Like, you can't say you're a supporter of Jesus and then be wearing $50,000 rings and talking about, you know, all the Democrats being demons and evil, okay? Or calling people freaks and shit like that while claiming to be of Jesus's flock. I mean, you can, it's just, you're a hypocrite. Right? If you're going to claim to be of Jesus, your behavior should emulate Jesus in some fucking degree, you know?
And I'm not pleased at all. So basically, I didn't learn a thing. He spent the entire time talking about liberals and how they're stupid and blah, 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 and like how men shouldn't be in women's locker rooms and women's sports. And I'm thinking, we have more important things to talk about as Christians in this nation than things that we see plastered all over online. Like, yeah, we all know. We know that men shouldn't be in women's sports. We know that they shouldn't be in women's bathrooms. That's not the most important topic, okay?
Now, again, right, the thing about this, all right, the thing about this shit is like I don't think she's an angel, obviously, by any means, all right? Because anybody who's going to hang out in these places is no angel by any means, okay? But one of the things that I want to point out about this, though, is how the actual flock are sort of noticing what's going on with TPUSA since Charlie died. Because, guys, we know that Charlie was problematic, okay? We do from the outside, but since Charlie is dead, they have sort of ramped up TPUSA into something even more aggressive and combative than when Charlie was around. Like, when Charlie was around, TPUSA was still aggressive and subversive, but Charlie spent a lot of time trying to make it seem like it was doing good shit. But now they're kind of like, they don't care. They're just sort of like pile driving through this shit. You know what I'm saying? They're just like pile driving into, you know, their support of Israel, their attacks on individual influencers, their attacks on Democrats, the demonization of Democrats, demonization of anyone who disagrees with them politically, right? They have like changed. Yeah, the veil is gone. Any attempt to sort of moderate their message or to make them seem like not extreme is like all bets are off now. And I think this is important because this is the type of behavior that, much like Trump going off the rails, is going to contribute to the demise. Because right now, they're trying to get into middle schools. They're trying to get a chapter on every high school. And I mean, they're going like extreme, guys. And I know they think this is their moment, but I don't think it's going to work out for them. Because I think the more extreme you get, eventually when the fucking... the morning of Charlie Kirk wears off, people are going to start noticing. Like, I've been going around on Instagram in particular. If you want to go look at TPUSA's Instagram, and you'll already see people in the comments being like, hey guys, when did this become like all about Trump? When did TPUSA become all about like Israel? Like, what's going on? Right? And you're right. Charlie was not a good guy, but he was definitely better at the illusion. But now the illusion is gone. Okay? The illusion is fucking just gone. And there's more though, guys, right? Because look at this. All right? There is, where is it? Right here, okay, is the posting, okay, the posting of on his X account, okay? So now, dude, we're what is it? October, November, we're coming up on 3 months, guys. Okay? We're coming up on 3 months of Charlie Kirk being dead. And they're still posting on his personal account, guys. It's not about them posting about Charlie Kirk. They are literally posting on his fucking personal account still. like as though Charlie is fucking alive. Can you watch the video again? No, I'm not watching it again. But I mean, I'll put a link to it if you want to go watch it. Right? There you go. There it is. You go watch it. All right. They're still posting. They're posting on his account. All right. And they're ignoring the comments. And people are in the comments saying, hey guys, can you fucking chill out with this? And now they're coming up with books that Charlie wrote, right? Did you see the book? Like, I don't know if you guys saw this, but this was, right? This shit, look at this, right? By Charlie Kirk's new book. Okay, just 1 month before his assassination, Charlie Kirk finished his final book, Stop, in the Name of God. Okay, now they're releasing like Charlie Kirk's book. Yes, they're like L. Ron Hubbarding this, guys. I even got in here and was like, how many books are these fucking ghouls gonna L. Ron Hubbard? Okay, like, dude, what is going on, bro? Right? They're out there promoting Charlie Kirk's book. They are milking this shit. They're tweeting from his account. You may have noticed like every day, dude. They are like, even with these, you know, with these National Guardsmen being shot, they've been going and finding old Charlie Kirk tweets and saying, this is Charlie Kirk talking about immigration. Here's what Charlie Kirk says about the National Guard. Dude, it is fucking crazy how off their rocker they are with this shit. Just going ape shit about this. Okay? Releasing fucking, right? Totally L. Ron Hubbard. This is L. Ron Hubbard level shit, boss. This shit is crazy shit. But there's more. Okay? Yeah. No, it is all like, you know, they still have his empty chair there, but there's more, dude. Look at this shit. Okay, this is another one here. This is Rob McCoy. This is that preacher, okay, that like added himself to the thing, right? Pastor Rob McCoy caught lying about his son's actions after Charlie Kirk's assassination. His son was the one who got on the phone and walked away. All right. And right. And so Rob says that Mike McCoy called him. Okay. Right. But the thing is right. All right. So he says, here, let's just watch it. Let's watch the clip. All right. Here he is.
Years old. Justin's the CFO, chief financial officer, and Mikey's the chief of staff. And I'm watching, the minute Charlie was shot, he called me, says, Dad, Charlie's been shot in the neck. Please call every pastor and pray. I said, okay, son. He has wits about him. He was just directing. He had blood all over him,
Yeah. No. He said he's talking about his son, saying he called me. Charlie's been shot. Mike McCoy, his son, Charlie's assistant, was directing everything, had blood all over him. No, he didn't. The kid, Mike McCoy, white shirt, backpack, he's standing right there. Charlie gets shot. Mike McCoy walks away, picks up his phone, and left the venue. He was blocks away, dude. He had no blood on him. He didn't direct anyone. He had nothing to do with even getting Charlie to the hospital. He literally just walked away and got on the phone. But he's now just making this shit up in a sermon. He's memorializing and rewriting history of his son, the hero, right? I mean, dude, this is a fucking preacher, bro. This is a guy who is like proselytizing to teenagers and trying to like get them on board as a political fucking thing, right?
It's okay, son. He has wits about him. He was just directing. He had blood all over him, and he had blood all over him.
Mikey's still there, phone in his hand, texting,
There he
talking. And then
Right
he
here.
puts his phone away. There's the guy that Charlie's arguing with. Hunter Kozak is his name. What you're about to see is the tragic moments, but also you got to watch right where I've been showing you Mikey is to see exactly
Right
what
here.
he is doing. He seems to see Charlie get hit and simply walks away. You're going to see him pop up on the other
see
side
him right
of the
there,
tent
the
in a
backpack.
second. And again, not running like everybody, just walking. This could be shock, but again, you'd think there'd be some kind of panic and he'd be sprinting, but you're just
There he is.
seeing him walk
He's on the
away.
phone.
Very weird. And it almost seems like maybe he's on the phone.
He
Not
is.
100% sure.
He's on the phone, walking.
And then, of course, the security guards, they're doing his thing. And then
There
they're
he is,
showing Mikey,
blocks away, dude.
you know,
Still
walking,
on his phone.
like getting far away from everything.
Yeah.
And then they're saying here,
Dude, that's just it. When that happened, there was no, like, shock or hitting the ground, right? Isn't that crazy? Like, I'm sorry, guys. If I'm sitting there, if I'm fucking sitting there and, like, the guy I work for gets blown away right in front of me, I am probably going to be like, holy fucking shit, what the fuck is going on? And maybe I even hit the ground, right? You know what I'm saying? But there was no blood on him. There was no directing, no panic, no nothing. He just very calmly turns around and is like on the phone and he's out of there, boss.
Mikey literally turns his back on Charlie. Since the incident, Charlie passed. He has no idea what's happening to Charlie. Apparently, he could care less.
Mikey McCoy, Charlie's chief of staff and friend, who spent the whole morning dutifully and loyally by Charlie's side, filming everything, abandoned Charlie in the very instant Charlie was killed.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? He just walked off. But again, his dad is like...
Justin's the CFO, chief financial officer, and Mikey's the chief of staff. And I'm watching, the minute Charlie was shot, he called me, says, Dad, Charlie's been shot in the neck. Please call every pastor and pray. I said, okay, son. He has wits about him. He was just directing. He had blood all over him, and he had blood all...
Yeah, no, he did not. Right? Oh, shit, bro. I mean, isn't it weird? I mean, now again, whatever. Maybe this dad is like, you know, trying to... I don't know what this dad's point is. But again, this dad is a preacher, bro. Right? He's a pastor. He's a fucking preacher. Okay? And here they are selling the book.
Something else to show, right? Little sneak preview.
They are still, guys. They're doing a podcast next to the chair. Right? This is weird. Okay? If this guy in the chair was like your leader, your best friend, you're not going to do a podcast sitting next to the dead guy's empty chair every day. You know what I'm saying? You know? That's fucking weird, bro. And they're all sitting there every day. They're tweeting from his account. They're posting about Charlie all day long. They're like, I can't believe he's gone. They've got a picture of him. They're just sitting in that room, just fucking with the empty chair every day. They're just doing this shit. Dude, that shit is fucking weird, bro. That is not normal, guys.
Something else to show, right?
Yes.
Little sneak preview that we
Comes
got.
out December 9th, 2025. It's Charlie's last book.
There it is.
Stop in the Name of God.
Stop
Why
in the
honoring
name
the
of
Sabbath
God.
will transform your life. Charlie loved taking a Sabbath. So the backstory here is Charlie had to learn how to manage everything that was on his plate, and he had incredible discipline on Friday night. So he used the Jewish Shabbat as kind of his model, but he obviously...
You see this? Like how all of a sudden they have made Charlie like this super Zionist guy, right? They're like rewriting Charlie in his death to make him this like Zionist fucking dude, okay? When in reality, Charlie was like losing like Jewish donors because he was starting to break from Israel. He had that relationship with Tucker Carlson, which was very problematic for people, wouldn't disavow Tucker, okay? But now these guys who are all like super Zionist, evangelical, like Pizzagate propagandists are rewriting Charlie with this new shit, okay?
Shabbat as kind of his model, but everything that was on his plate. And he had incredible discipline on Friday night. So he used the Jewish Shabbat as kind of his model, but he obviously was not Jewish, but it gave him like the framework to do it. So on Friday, when the sun would set, he'd turn his phone off and he would literally just spend time with his family until the sun went up or went down again on Friday or Saturday night.
So dude, he's basically they're like saying that Charlie was recognizing Shabbat. Like, so the Jewish people, the Sabbath is on Saturday, guys. It's different, okay? For the Christians, it's supposedly Sunday. But isn't that wild that they're fucking right? That they are like rewriting him as this super Zionist guy who's recognizing the fucking Jewish Sabbath. I mean, this is crazy, dude. This shit is fucking wild, bro. Like, it's just a complete... Charlie never mentioned this, ever, right? And now he's got the book that just came out. See, I wonder how... I'll be honest, dude. I'm curious how some of the Orthodox Jews feel about this weird adoption, right? I can't imagine that they're fucking real happy about having this crazy organization with all these fucking like, you know, sex offenses and covered up rapes and money laundering going on now, all of a sudden becoming the spokesman for this shit, bro. Right? Oh, fuck, dude.
And he would just spend time with Erica and the kids. That was it.
And that's so
and it transformed his life.
And it's so perfect because the foreword, which was added after the fact, obviously, is written by Erica Kirk.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
So
the foreword is written by Erica. Oh, wow. Yeah, dude, the whole book was probably written by Erica.
Copy,
by
pre-order.
Kirk.
All right,
wait,
Blake.
We have a hard out. We have a hard out. He has
you got to hear my Charlie theory, though.
No,
I'm going to say my Charlie theory.
Then you got to let Tyler run.
I got to jump on the phone.
He has a big thing.
No, you can run the...
Dude, isn't that crazy? Dude, they do this shit every day, right? Every day, boss. Oh, fuck, bro. Dude, he mentioned Mikey in that clip of his dad. He mentioned Mikey. He said Mikey was the chief of staff, right? Dude, isn't that crazy? Dude, they are milking this shit, bro. Milking it. All right? And dude, a lot of accusations coming up. Ooh. Oh, shit, bro. Charlie, we're in some god-awful universe. Yeah, no, I know. I think part of the reason is when you see this shit, okay? When you see this shit, right? This is what this is why Candace Owen is so pissed, okay? Because obviously something is broken. Like, for example, I wonder if this is the event this girl was at. But look at this, okay? This is a fucking, again, it's a Zionist pastor, okay? But look at it. He's exciting. Look at this shit. You ready? He says, Pastor John 𝗲𝗓𝗄 torches Candace Owens, calling her evil and demonic, demands applause, tells her husband to restrain her. This is a TPUSA event. So this event is not, right? Is not about, hey guys, let's talk about Turning Point. Let's talk about your faith. Let's talk about God. This event is a pastor saying this woman's the best friend of Charlie is a demon and a devil, and you need to clap, right? Applaud for this, right? He's trying to co-opt people into his personal attacks on Candace Owens.
So contrary to what Candace Owens is saying, who's spending her time trying to tear down the legacy of Charlie Kirk, fighting against Erica Kirk, his wife. I mean, you have to be cruel and demonic to insinuate the things that she has insinuated over the past several weeks. She's evil. That's what it is. And a big hand clap goes there. Don't get shy on me tonight. I ain't the one. I came too far to play around. It's evil. It's corrupt. It should not take place. She sounds like a jaded person who wish they were in the role that Charlie Kirk's wife is in, but she isn't. And so therefore she seeks to tear down his legacy. And at some point her husband is going to have to walk into that podcast room and start unplugging cords. I mean, by now I would have already done it if it was my wife. I'm yanking cords, I'm shutting down the camera, shut down the ATEM. Sweetie, get up, get out of this room, and can you please help out with the kids? Because this is a dastardly deed that is being done. I thought that the greatest foe that we would have to contend with after the assassination of Charlie Kirk would be the left. But sadly, it's friendly fire.
Dude, the left. You see that? Dude, the left is the big foe in this faith event.
From the right. I'm moving on.
Right? And the left is the enemy. Now Candace Owens is the enemy. Now, Candace Owens, she's incited some shit, bro. But she's incited about, like how did Charlie die? It didn't seem like a 30-06 bullet. Why is TPUSA lying about his death? Why have they issued so many false statements? Why is Erica Kirk not addressing this and asking some of these questions about her husband's death? Right? She's made a lot of insinuations about that. Why did Rob McCoy lie and add himself to the Wikipedia page? Right? And then she's gone off on some, cockamamie conspiracy theory shit. But most of her stuff has been to question what happened to Charlie and who really killed him, not thinking Tyler Robinson sounds legitimate. And she has also started looking at the finances or other people who've been exploring TPUSA's finances, because there have been some issues, guys, with TPUSA and some maybe money laundering, millions of dollars moving from TPUSA org to TPUSA org with no trail, and some tax forms that didn't get filed. I mean, some really, sus shit has been going on. And Charlie Kirk had wanted to audit this. There was there had been some financial improprieties going on with TPUSA. And now they're like, instead of addressing the financial improprieties or addressing the shit that Candace Owens is talking about, they're like, ooh, she's a demon too. Okay. So, which is pretty weird that everybody, right? That everybody that disagrees with TPUSA is now a demon. Now they're demonic, right? They're trying to do, I don't know, dude. I just feel like some of this shit is going to catch up to them. Like, you can't simultaneously say, like, we're people of faith And then, but everybody who's not us are demons. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, guys. I don't know if that's a long-term strategy that's going to work. Yeah, well, so what's crazy about this is, and we'll have to do a spot specifically on the money, is there's some questionable money. Like, first off, what TPUSA has done from the beginning is it's a nonprofit, okay? It is a nonprofit. It is a 503c or a 501c, right? It is a nonprofit organization. But then they're getting tens of millions of dollars. But what they've been doing is they've been paying out millions to other umbrella companies. So they have TPUSA, Turning Point Action, Turning Point Faith, Turning Point this, Turning Point that. And then they move the money that comes into TPUSA to the other orgs. Now, what's crazy about this is it was consistently all this money went to one specific org. But then in 2021, Turning Point Action came into play and the money started getting funneled into Turning Point Action. But apparently Erica Kirk was running Turning Point Action. So as soon as he got married to Erica Kirk, a new umbrella company showed up that was run by her, and all of a sudden millions that used to go to other orgs, they cut their staff and millions of dollars started going into Turning Point Action that she was running. But now simultaneously, there's like, $8 million going into this new org, but there's no tax forms are being filed on this shit. And Erica Kirk is like a Trump crony. She's been involved with Trump for like 15 years. And her parents are both defense contractors that make drone shit. And now TPUSA's filing taxes with incomplete forms. And then you have to wonder, though, well, are they just not going to file those forms and Trump's IRS is going to not audit them with these missing forms because they're part of the like Erica Kirk umbrella? At that point, it becomes now like a government fucking participating like corruption, You know what I mean? Where does Candace get her money? I don't know where she gets all her money, but she makes a fuck ton on YouTube. All right. Her YouTube channel is like insanely successful. I don't know why. All right. I honestly, I watch it because she's helping destroy this shit. And, I'm trying to help her destroy this shit. But like, dude, most of her shit is like unwatchable. And now she's like gone off on this whole, French conspiracy theory, which coincidentally is when she's taken a week off. Right? A week off for Thanksgiving. Oh, because the snipers. Dude. All right. You think there's something weird about Charlie Kirk? You must be one of those Candace Owens trans conspiracy guys. Yeah, no, isn't that funny? For me, guys, for me about this, I don't know. Like it could have been Tyler Robinson that killed him, or it could have been some type of conspiracy thing, TPUSA. All I know about TPUSA is that I had been looking into them for months because of the cover-up of rapes, and there was suspected money laundering that's been around for a while. Okay, there was a lot of suspicion and weirdness with TPUSA. They were having a lot of lawsuits, a lot of legislation. They were being investigated by, I believe, the Biden DOJ was investigating them for financial impropriety. So there was some shit going on. Okay, there was some shit fucking going on with TPUSA for sure. All right, definite money troubles and some weird fucking improprieties happening. Now, the other thing, though, is just the weirdness that happened after this. Okay, again, this reminds me of this Trump shit where the minute Charlie's dead, it became this like large scale, the leftist violent push that they tried to tie into the Jay Jones election. They tried to tie into the Portland protests, you know, in this Antifa terrorist organization. They want to go after Act Blue, right? Then all of a sudden, everybody's a leftist. You know, every shooter is now a leftist, and Netanyahu's running around doing interviews saying, I didn't shoot Charlie Kirk. It's like, really? Dude, you've never mentioned fucking Charlie Kirk, and Netanyahu wouldn't stop talking about Charlie. That was weird, guys. Having the Prime Minister of Israel go on national TV to say Israel didn't kill Charlie Kirk. That was fucking weird. And then simultaneously, he was meeting with, you know, left-wing or right-wing influencers. And, you know, they're paying people for posting and all this crazy shit. All of a sudden, he was talking about Charlie Kirk for a week, right? Everything was Charlie Kirk. They're making him into a martyr. Now they're like saying, we need to get Christianity back in the schools. We need TPUSA in every middle school. That shit is weird, all right? You know, it's the same kind of overreaction that Trump is doing, the over-militarization of things. That's a weird reaction, guys, to just sort of like take the whole Charlie Kirk movement and just put it on the back of his death into this more extreme version of it. And now they're getting involved politically everywhere. Dude, that shit is just bad. Dude, Uncle F, let's go, baby. Appreciate you too. Thanks, y'all, sexy punks, for being you. I mean, that shit's weird, guys. All right? I'm not gonna lie. That shit to me was weird. You know, it like went from being like Charlie Kirk's like debating content machine to being this weird Zionist Trump vehicle like overnight. I mean, Charlie Kirk, dude, during the election, he was like giving out hats and shit, but, you know, he was still had the Charlie Kirk like content thing going. And now it's like really shifted gears. Charlie Kirk was never, you know, yeah, no, AZ Tech, and then her dad, AZ Tech is like her dad's, and then her mom has a company too. There's two companies. Like Erica Kirk's mom and dad both. There's AZ Tech and which is hers is I think AZ Tech is the dad's, right? And then her mom has one. Her mom's is dude, is it gonna list it? E3 Tech. Yeah, AZ Tech is her dad's company. Her mom and dad are separated, okay? And her dad's company is AZ Tech, which has government contracts. And her mom's company is E3 Tech, which also makes like drone support shit. Both of her parents have defense contracts, right? Which is weird. Isn't that weird? Like separate fucking defense contracts. And on top of that, you got to remember that Charlie Kirk was out there going to schools telling young women to quit college or to get an MRS degree. Go to college, find a man, get pregnant, be a fucking man supporter. But Erica Kirk and her mom are both, like, her mom has multiple PhDs, and Erica Kirk has a law degree and a PhD. I mean, they're from Liberty University. But like Erica Kirk has multiple higher education degrees beyond a bachelor's, right? And her mom has multiple PhDs. So Charlie Kirk is living in a family where all of the women have multiple degrees, and he's going out there every day telling women to quit college, bro. Dude, that's fucked up. That shit is just, yeah, LARPing. It is a straight LARP for sure, dude. Dude, it's fucking fucked up, bro. All right? But there's a lot, I feel like there's a lot more is going to come out. Is his six sisters a Bernie supporter? Yeah. Dude, yeah, no, it's wild, bro. And you know what's funny though, Eve? Because I know you say crazy that people fall for this, but you know what it is, guys? You know what this shit is, guys? It's religion. Religion primes people to fall for this kind of stuff. Okay? Because, right? Because religious people are taught to, like, you don't question authority. You don't question the men of God. You don't, right? So all you have to do is come to them and say, like, I'm a spokesperson of God, right? I am here with the gospel. And then it's like, they're like, oh, okay. This is why people are constantly getting molested by their pastors and shit. It like sets them up to be taken advantage of. The religion to cult pipeline, they're so easily manipulated into this shit. Because religion teaches you to you never question the authority, right? You just like bow down. It's true, man. It sets them up to be fucking manipulated by this shit, right? It is super dangerous, okay? It is so fucking dangerous. And now though, like normally though, guys, what's weird about this current, in particular, this shit, right? What's weird about, you know, the TPUSA thing and what's going on with Erica Kirk and like Jack Posobiec and these people, Tyler Boyer, Andrew Colvett, is historically, if you had youth movements, like I was involved in a youth movement when I was younger, okay? And you know who it was in the 70s and early 80s, guys? It was Tom Landry, okay? Do you know who Tom Landry is? He was like the coach of the Dallas Cowboys in the 70s, Tom Landry, okay? And he was pinnacle in the 70s and 80s with youth groups, okay? Tom Landry, he won a whole bunch of Super Bowls, coach of the Dallas Cowboys. He was a devout Christian. So they used to pimp this guy. And Tom Landry did youth group things during the summers. Okay. I was supposed to go to one. I was studying to be a minister. I ended up getting sick and couldn't go. But Tom Landry would go and speak at these youth group movements to win the kids, all the young like men that were into football, that idolized the Dallas Cowboys. He would go speak at these youth group things to reel these guys in, okay? He was like a huge fucking kid reeler, groomer. Tom Landry was, the coach of the Cowboys, okay? But what was weird about it, guys, was back then it was just preaching God and Christianity, okay? It was indoctrination, but it was like just about Tom Landry telling you how he won Super Bowls because of God, and it helped him when he would lose to win again and all this. And it was indoctrination, but it was all about like worshiping Jesus and God helping you become rich and successful. However, the TPUSA version is different. Because it's not so much about God helping you become successful and happy. It's about God helping you punish your enemies, helping you vanquish your enemies. Because now The TPUSA version of Christianity is about the evil Democrats and the demons in Candace Owens and all their enemies, and how now we need to band together and snuff these people out with our righteous fucking Christianity. So it's becoming much more of a warrior attack dog. Everyone who's not us is the devil. And now we need to be on guard and we need to like vanquish these people. So the tune of it is changing like radically to where, yeah, it's becoming this sort of Christian nationalist army vibe. Christian nationalist, it's becoming like kind of like a crusade, really, without the violence at the moment. But you know what I'm saying? They are preaching like hate and you know, banding together against the enemies. And there's some new, you know, Riley Gaines does this too. They now believe that their hatred is righteous. Like they believe that Jesus wants them to be aggressive and right? Jesus wants them to insult the gay people is what they believe. Jesus is commissioning them to go and be filled with vengeance and animosity towards the gay and trans people, like, because you're not supposed to be nice. You're supposed to like fight the devil, right? They're really like, you know, like weaponizing this shit in a very brutal and aggressive sort of way, which is new, guys. It's new in the youth group sort of movement, okay? It is. I mean, I was involved in this shit in the 70s and 80s. There's always been a youth group movement and there's always been a lot of indoctrination, but I've never seen it with outright, like everyone who's not you is the devil kind of shit. This whole like calling everybody demonic and evil, even when they're your fellow Christians, right? The MAGA Christians, the TPUSA Christians are calling a bunch of their fellow Christians demons if they don't subscribe to their particular, like, vehemently aggressive sort of, you know, bigoted religious, like, you know, righteousness. Yeah, it's fucked up, bro. I mean, that shit is pretty weird. So, yeah, we got to keep an eye on that. And we definitely got to keep them out of the middle schools and shit, dude. You know? Dude. Does it? The article on Wired about Vance Bolter? I will look that up, guys. We can look at that maybe tomorrow. Right now, though, I got to go edit some videos. All right? I wanted to keep this to 2 hours, but again, we went fucking 3 hours, right? Oh, shit. We always do. Dude, Mary, you're talking about Charlie Kirk's sister, right? Mary Kirk, right? That's who you're talking about? Who Bernie, like, got her? Didn't Bernie, like open her mind to get out of that fucking crazy Christian shit? Dude. We are definitely, guys, we are absolutely, these guys want a religious war. They absolutely do, man. They want a religious war, and that's why they're constantly dehumanizing Democrats. They're dehumanizing everybody who's not a MAGA Christian. They're evil, they're demons, they're devils, they're influenced by Satan, they're gonna fucking attack your kids. They're gonna, you know, hurt women, right? It is a constant, the left is violent and they're demons, the constant dehumanization, because they are trying to spark some sort of religious aggression or, you know, and every time something happens, they try to use it as an excuse. We got to put the Bible in school. I mean, even the Department of Education, guys, they talk about test scores and all this, but guys, the only reason Trump has dismantled the Department of Education is because the Department of Education has enforced the separation of church and state. Okay? That's what the DOE was created for. Twofold. Jimmy Carter created it for two reasons. One was to protect the civil rights of the students, AKA they wouldn't be able to resegregate, okay? Because after segregation in the 70s, after it ended in the 70s, the Southern Baptist Convention and all those evangelical groups were trying to resegregate, okay? That was their first mission. Carter created the Department of Education to protect the students so they couldn't resegregate, they couldn't like violate students' civil rights, and they weren't going to let them put the Bible and shit into schools. And that's why they pivoted to abortion in the late 70s and the 80s. They changed tactics and they moved over to abortion. They used to not care about abortion. Okay, the Christians had no abortion fucking take whatsoever. It was not an issue until after the Department of Education came in. Okay, so they have been dismantling the Department of Education so they can put the Bible into public schools, and then they're going to try to resegregate, and the DOE is no longer going to protect people's civil rights. It's all been about the Bible. Okay, the Department of Education getting rid of that was all about the Bible and Christianity in public schools and being able to take away the civil rights of the LGBTQ students with nobody to protect the kids. That's it, right? And yeah, dude, we got to tax the shit out of the churches, dude. This shit is fucked up. Keep an eye on it. But no, dance parties now, guys. All right, we got to get this ready. Let's get edit mode going. It's good to be back. Let's go. Oh, shit. Dude, we had no turkey, dude. Oh, Jenny and I didn't even have Thanksgiving dinner. We just kicked it. Oh, I mean, that's the way we wanted it. We just had a non-traditional Thanksgiving. It was amazing. Oh, I got to stretch, guys. I'm so tired, though. Like, I had a long day, dude. I mean, I caught up on a bunch of sleep, but I had a fucking long day today. Makes you think and feel less crazy. Yeah, no, being here, having this group of people, it's definitely fucking super helpful on that not feeling crazy tip. If you want, join the Discord. The link for the Discord is down in the description. And join the Discord. You can keep the conversation and support going all day long. Even when there's no stream. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, bro. All right, you guys ready for the dance? It does help, dude. Dude, trying to maintain sanity during this shit is important, guys. Dude, it's fucking some mayhem out there. I mean, dude, every day there's like 100 new fucking things getting thrown at the wall, and a bunch of brand new fascism, and a bunch of fucking insane motherfuckers trying to say we're demons and shit, trying to start a religious war. There's constantly these right-wingers talking about civil war. It's like, shut the fuck up. You ain't civil war and shit. You probably got a bag of pork rinds on the couch. You're too afraid to protest. You think you're gonna civil war? Like, we know you're full of shit. They're just trying to fucking threaten us constantly and trying to fucking scare us and wag fingers and shit. Dude, trying to be intimidating. Dude, fuck these clowns, bro. Dude, the only demon I've seen lately is fucking Erica Kirk, bro. Dude, she's running around talking about Jesus with $50,000 rings. That ain't right, boss. That shit, you know what I'm saying? There is nobody who believes in Jesus who is wearing diamond and gold encrusted rings around, huge wrapper rings on their fingers. Just no way, boss. You ain't a real fan of Jesus if you're wearing that shit. Dude, that shit is suspect. Okay? Now, dude, somebody in the comments said she's like in my Twitter comments said she's the town pump. Oh, dude. Oh shit. That really like hit me. I'm like, dude, she is kind of becoming the town pump, bro. I mean, all right. All right, you guys ready? Let's go, baby. Let's get the dance on, boss. Here we go. It's about you. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. Your radiant truth. I know that you will understand. I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Come on, baby. Let's go. Thank you, guys. It's good to be back. It's so good to be back. Fuck TPUSA. Fuck these mega shitters. You know the thing we love more than anything? It is some freedom. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Good night.
Freedom. Obsessions, always jumping through. I'm so tangled, I'm so worthy. I'm just lost in my reflection. Pay attention. You never will. I will overanalyze and fall victim. Caught up in